iPad. It's cool. I'll figure something out. What happened to my box over here? You know what happened to the toolbox that was over there? No, I'm just curious. I'm not saying you.
For the black people, for the black people, for the black people, for the black people, for the black people. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. What's in it for the black people? Let's hear it. What's in it for the black people? Don't fear it. For the black people, 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 for the black people. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. What's in it for the black people? You know it. What's in it for the black people? Let's show it. For the black people, 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 for the black people.
day, I ran into a good old friend of yours, and I had to ask her, how have you been? She told me you were engaged and happy. My heart fell to the floor, I know it should have been me, but I couldn't see you with no one else. But I'll believe it when I see you standing there. I'll believe it to tell you how I feel. Yeah. Oh, I can't believe it. Forever, baby. I thought I was invincible, no one could take my place. I still get funny feelings when I see your face. I know the love we shared was so real. In spite of all the ups and downs that we've been through, sometimes I wish I was there with you to share your world. You were my girl, I'm still in love with you. But I know you're better off with me, 'cause obviously it wasn't meant to be. I'm so glad to see you happy. But your love and life goes on. We had to go our separate ways. You found someone for you, I found someone for me. Oh, but I believe it. I see you standing there. I believe it. To tell you how can I tell you how I feel? You're leaving me forever, baby. Please, baby, listen here. See, I got down on my knees and I begin to beg the Lord, please don't let it be known. I love that woman. I love that woman. I see you standing there. Oh, tell you how can I tell you how I feel? You believe. Oh, I can't believe it. Forever, baby. Think it over. I see you standing there. Think it over. You won't regret it, baby. No. Oh, no. Said I gotta tell. If I don't tell, you will never know.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel to just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. It's like this every other day thing got me thrown a little off.
I seen Todd yesterday.
Where you see him at?
Here.
What? Oh, wait. So you... hold on. Was you in the bed watching the show?
Unfortunately, I was working. But, you know, it's
at
cool
what
because
time,
you
though?
can
At
listen
8
to
o'clock?
it early. No, okay, not quite at 8. But I woke up, I listened. I had to make sure everything was all good.
Y'all, that voice that you hear in the background is now my new sometimes co-host.
Hold on. How I get demoted already? You gave Todd so many opportunities. So many opportunities.
We're going to talk about this later because, you know, fair market value. So it scales. It's scalable here. So I got to get you your fair market value. Now, Ruthie, you know, it's like you did. Like I'm telling you, even though you be telling people, because you told people. Oh, did you tell people? You told you? Wait.
Yes, Maze.
Okay,
I always
Ruthie,
tell you when I'm not going to be here.
So, Ruthie.
Well in advance. And every time you're going to act the same anyway.
No, but
I'm used to
the thing. No, what's the part is like, it'd be like, what you do to Ruthie this time? Right? Like, anytime something happened, it'd be like, what did you do, Maze? And I'd be like, all I ever try to do is be helpful. Now, you might not like the... Ruthie, when have I ever...
A lot.
I'm a little petty.
Listen, if you chop me off the block, just at least can I get a farewell show?
No, that's not how they do it, right? So you know, if you're gonna do a farewell show, you got to do it the last. You can't say nothing.
No,
you just gotta go, bam. You just gotta do it.
See, that's the
you
problem.
You gotta just go on air and be like, I'm not saying nothing. I'm a bam.
Y'all listen, trust and believe. If Maze asks me, y'all gonna at least see me up in the comments at least one time before he blocked me, and I'm gonna let y'all know what happened.
First of all, I don't. As long as you ain't hating, first of all, I'm not the blocker.
I'm not a hater, so we good then.
Okay, but I'm not the blocker. Tennille is the blocker. Like, if you, like, Tennille is my sister, right? And I think when Tennille be like, yo, did I mistake? I be having to call Tennille and be like, no, Tennille, that was not, like, I had to save Junior Lee one day. Because Junior was about to be gone. I was like, Junior been with us like 6 years.
Hey, that's
Junior's finna be...
they just create duplicate profiles.
Right. All right, this is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moe, back in the building. You looking kind of shiny, I know, but
I agree with my face.
I was like, Vaseline?
No, I put some coconut oil on there. Vaseline?
Baseline every day.
You only put Vaseline on your face if you about to box, fight, or if you a baby.
Ruthie. Well, then that's why I got my baby fresh skin every day since I was born.
No way.
Straight up.
What kind? Like the real kind or like petroleum jelly?
No. Well, you know what? Nah, I ain't gonna lie. It's levels to the petroleum jellies.
That's what I'm trying to
It
say.
is. So Vaseline is like the perfect creamy whip. Like I've not. Walgreens got like 3 levels on that. You got the finger. One of them, you stick your finger in, it'd be like, don't. Right? It'd be like, oh, Lord. Then you know what I hate though the worst? Like the Vaseline, that's the cheap Vaseline that almost be like lotion. Right? Because I used, you know what? And I tried to be a lotion dude. Mm-hmm. My skin be like, why
don't you switch to like coconut oil?
Because it's too greasy.
But you just use a little bit.
It don't, my hand's too rough.
Shea butter.
Nah, I don't want to be African. I don't want to be like the African man, right? See that, and that shea butter stuff. It like everybody be trying to act like it work, but it don't. Nothing works like Vaseline coming out.
Yes, it do. A little bit of olive oil.
Especially, nobody want to be running around here smelling like no.
I'm trying to tell you, even if it's a little avocado oil, fresh out the shower, you put them on your skin warm, it's gonna melt right in.
No, Ruthie.
I'm telling you.
I'm just telling you.
Well,
I get compliments on my skin every day.
If you use Vaseline,
look.
I mean, you look good.
You don't even see.
You look
I don't
good.
even get razor bumps.
Not a day over 40.
My joint be like, shit, 40. Damn. I used to be at 35. I'm in my zaddy look. See, I got my. You see, I got my. Check me out. I got my Ron eyes.
Teach him no more new words. No more new words.
I learned a whole bunch of new words. I was like, hold on, let me take notes. I be talking to like Ron, Riis, Swill. Between all of them, I be like, hold on. I need a translator. Lord have mercy, Jesus. But y'all see I ain't been in my turtle. It's fall time. So I be, I got my little hole coordinated. I got my shoes matching my belt. You know what I'm saying? Y'all lucky I ain't wear my yes, that's right. I said zaddy. I learned me a word. I was looking in the mirror the other day. Don't let me put my trench coat on. Y'all ain't gonna be able to tell me that. When I can pop my collar up with my trench coat and it be like, I'm gonna be like, Ron Isley, feast your eyes on this.
You gonna have a hat on?
You know what? I might buy another hat. I used to rock hats.
I'm zaddy status.
I used to rock the Godfather fedora. Then I tried to do yes. Todd came up in here on a white Irish paperboy yesterday. I was like, Todd, black people don't wear the paperboy. We got to wear the Big Apple. You know, the big old, like the Fat Albert, the Ruthie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I used to, in high school, I used to wear the, do you know the Houdini hat?
No.
You ever seen One Love, One Love? You got to look at the video. I had the biggest, it was like a leather.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't tell me nothing. I thought I was... The words love and life both have both letters, but the two different things all together. I used to think I was the rapper. Y'all remember One Love?
Mm-mm. Bob Marley?
What? No. One love, one love. You're lucky just to have just one love. Y'all remember that? One love, one love.
Who sing it?
The words love and life both have 4 letters, but they're 2 different things altogether. I've liked many ladies in my day, but just like the wind, they've all blown away.
Is that Curtis Blow?
No!
Sound
it's
like
Houdini. How do you don't know? Friends.
Okay, I know that one.
How many of us have them?
That's a cultural icon. One Love
is a cultural icon.
That's the name of the group or the name of the song.
Oh God, I'm not. Let me just be zaddy today. Thank you very much. I'm going back to my spot. You know what I'm saying? I'm fresh to death. Y'all, look, I'm gonna be writing down all the words. I can't wait. And I feel like we about to come into my era on the verses because I need some more R&B verses.
Oh,
because I'm telling y'all, if I had a choice, and you know Jay is my man, but if I had a choice, boy, I'd be Prince like a mug.
Do you know all Prince songs? You know all of them?
I kind of faded out on Prince after maybe Diamonds and Pearls. Now, I know the songs and like Emancipation, and I like don't get it twisted. I got every Prince anything because I feel obligated to buy. But yeah, I know it's shady to say, but my favorite is still Purple Rain. Like I could sing every word to every song on that album in order still to this day.
That's intense.
I knew a girl named Nikki. I'm telling you, you don't know that song? You don't know Darling Nikki?
I have
Come
never
back, Nikki.
seen the full Purple
Come
Rain.
back, Nikki.
You ain't ever seen the full Purple Rain.
What?
That's so disrespectful.
Ruthie, you have
know.
nuts.
Not the full. Like I done seen bits and pieces.
Nah, I'm offended.
Man.
That's one of the greatest movies of all time.
Really?
Like actually, and like honestly, it was. I think it's in the all time like top 100
Oh,
of all time. Like that movie was like. I mean, y'all understand? Y'all know I thought I was Prince, right? Like I thought I was the dark skinned Prince. I used to be walking around. I couldn't sing for nothing, but boy, I never forget that. Wait a minute, that ain't Lake Minnetonka. That was the moment for every young black man in adolescence. Well, she's like, first you must purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. She said, okay. Now, mind you, I'm in like 6th grade when this comes out.
oh,
And we done snuck in the movies because I think we went to see Goonies first. And then we snuck from Goonies over to go see Purple Rain. And she was like, he was like, first you must purify yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. And she jumped off the motorcycle and then popped off her top. And we was all like, and then they did like the slow motion and she walked into the water. And then he was like, wait a minute, that ain't Lake Minnetonka. And then he jumped on the motorcycle and drove away. Now let me just tell you, if that happened today, they would call that sexual assault. But now, but as Purple, okay, sorry, y'all. Y'all got you haven't seen Purple Rain?
bits and pieces. I get it.
You know my favorite part, Riis? Remember when she gave him the guitar? And then right after she gave him the guitar, the music was like, and she said, I mean, they was like super lovey-dovey. And then all of a sudden she was like, I'm joining Morris's band. And he said, what? I'm joining Morris's band. And all you heard was the drums go, brr, 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 brr. And Prince, with his 5'1" self, slapped Apollonia off the bed.
Oh.
I'm telling you.
What's this rated?
R.
Okay.
Oh, it was good though. Man, Purple Rain. You I'm just telling you though. But that part, the best part of that scene was the drums. Cause it was like little bitty Prince was like, brr, brr, brr. I mean, and it was like, yeah, it was crazy. You gotta watch it though. And then the part, did you see the part? You gotta see the part when they was, remember when he beat up Morris Day in the alley? How about when they put the girl in the garbage can? Yeah, I think now it might not age very well. As I'm thinking about this,
None of that is acceptable right now. None of that movie is
remember
acceptable.
she came up, Morris, I waited for you all night. He said, Jerome picked this girl up and dumped her in the garbage can and then closed the lid on her. Morris! And she was at the club the next night. Now, this was Minnesota. She was white. So, sounds about right. But this is the Mace Jackson Show with the Purple Rain recap. Ruthie, check out the movie. It is something you must see. All right. Ruthie's in the building. DJ Riis the Ruler. Mr. Business in the front, party in the back. Riis, you been... Now, Riis, you use... Hold on. Because Riis, this might have been the longest I done seen you had it, like Riis, you got a freaking beard, like you done got like shaggy, like your blonde done went up, grew up out your hair. He got black and blood. He got a black and tan in the back now.
Them Jacksons, Ruthie, that how you working, man? How you working? Now you know I'm blessed by the best. You know the rest. But I'm back though. I'm back in full effect. I got an appointment.
The app working today. The app all good.
Yeah, it was clear today. So go ahead and come back. Bow.
Bow.
I'll be ready. In this Halloween weekend. So I gotta look.
I'm still thinking, are we having a Halloween party? Ruthie is not on her business.
Halloween party.
We got a Bears. It's a Bears tailgate this week.
It is. I'll be there.
Sure you
will. I got some Bears gear for the tailgate.
Shoot. It didn't get
Do
ran
I gotta
over
come
by
to
a truck.
work or can I just come?
I think, we do the hybrid. We got the hybrid. If you see something.
Not a yes, not a no.
It's just a hybrid. It was funny because last time, I went outside and Swill was at the cash register. I came back in. Riis was at the cash register. I was like, Riis, what you doing at the cash register? Big Swill went outside to go do the. Oh, okay, got it. See, it was like aid and assist. But can I tell you something? Riis, Like I'm almost be like, don't let Riis not be behind the cash register because don't look at nothing. Like you better walk in the store. You know how when you go to the store and you don't want to make eye contact because they're gonna ask you about something. Don't even look at it. Riis will have you in it, and you know you can't put it hanging back up, right? So you're like, you should try this. Or this look like it'll fit your size, man. Riis is a salesman. He be around there selling. He be trying to sell. Ruthie, you know Big Swill got a 3-joint smoker? It's
Like
called a Trident.
Oh my God.
And they got one with 5 though.
What you supposed to do with it?
Stick 3 joints in it.
Uh-huh.
And then smoke them all at the same time. I think Riis sold like 5 of them. I'm just telling you, man.
Why would somebody want to do that?
Cause it's like, you know, what I've come to recognize in this cannabis culture is that there's people who want to be the like.
I mean, is it
weed.
functional or novelty?
No, it is functional. No, it's functional. Huh. It's like it's just depending on how blowed you want to be. My cousin said, "Woo." He said, you know, it's like for effect. Cause you know when you sitting when everybody, cause nowadays it don't be 2 and pass. It be like you got to roll your own and bring your own, and then you do your thing, and it's just a communal environment. So, you know, imagine you just sitting there, somebody rolled them a big old fat, you know, somebody got a wood, somebody got a joint, somebody rolled them a cigarillo, and then you pop out the Trident and be like, doo, doo, doo.
Gotcha.
And you sitting there like, you know what else he got too? A hands-free smoker. So, Ruthie, you can put it around your neck, light your joint.
What?
And then be talking. Be like, so I was telling you. You know, like when you was in the was you in the marching band? You went in the marching band, Ruthie? See, you missed out. Well, marching band smokers, this is the thing for you. I'm gonna tell you, got to check it out. Everything. I'm gonna say, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell Big Swill. This is what we should do. We should find the oddest thing. Oh, and you know what else they had at the TP? They got Toker's masks, but I think Big Swill sold those out. They got a mask from Raw where it's like got a flap.
Oh.
And you do like this, and then you blow the smoke out the hole, and then
you could probably drink too.
You can. I was just thinking like that's pretty cool. So anyway, y'all check out the TP Big Swill. Sometimes you catch Riis the Rule up there. It's gonna be a tailgate this Sunday. Oh, plus I heard Mr. Support Your Local Weed Man will be there too with samples, goodies, and all the stuff that y'all liked so much the last time. So we're going to do all this. We're going to talk about it a little bit more when we come back. This is the Maze Jackson Show. Riis said we got to take the plane off. Oh, that's right. See, y'all done got me confused. See, now I got the co-pilot in the building. So Ruthie is here. Riis is here. We not waiting on Todd. So let's do this. Let's get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet, and then we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back right after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFT PM.
Church Chicago's Power Hour. I'm your host, Angie Mims, and
Terrence Keys, TD, a.k.a. Terrence Daniels.
I wish I had one witness in the house.
You got one. You got a couple of them.
Got
Two T's.
Give me a testimony.
Oh, Lord. He's did it before. Oh, Lord. I got one. One better. I got 5 reasons. 5 reasons. Oh, Lord. He turned it around. Turn it around. He woke me up this morning. Oh. Don't do this. Don't do this. Number 4, he woke me up this morning. Come on, number 3. Come. He woke me up. Oh, Lord.
He woke you up.
That thing can touch you, but one of them 5s will get you. What's the second one? He woke me up this morning. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, my God.
And the number 1 reason. Number 1. Final answer. He woke me up this morning.
He woke me up this morning.
That's a testimony.
That's a testimony.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:33 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather report. In sports, The Chicago Bulls beat the Toronto Raptors yesterday 111-108 and start the season 4-0 for the first time in 25 years. Let's go Bulls, see red. Over the traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop. It's 21 minutes. Outbound will be the same on the Edens. Inbound from Deerfield to the Exchange, 28 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield will be 27. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 34 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 33. On the Stevenson, from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 49 minutes. Outbound will be 32. On the Bishop Ford, from I-80 to the Dan Ryan will be 33 minutes, 31 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 15 minutes to the Loop, 14 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson as well as Jackson back out to 55th will be 7 minutes. And on the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph will be 8. Today's weather, it is currently 52 and partly cloudy. Today will be a high of 55 with a low of 46. I'm Riis the Ruler. You listen to the Maze Jackson Show. Now here's Blessing Me here on the Maze Jackson Show.
I'm so glad that the Lord keeps on blessing. Y'all, I must say, every day He's making a way. Ooh, keep on blessing me. Blessed in the city, blessed in the field, even when you come and go. I'm so glad that the Lord keeps on blessing me. Y'all, I must say, in spite of, He just keeps on. Yeah, keep on blessing me. Oh, keep on blessing me, blessing me, blessing me. In spite of me, He keeps on blessing me, blessing me. I don't deserve it. He keeps on blessing me, blessing me. All the time, He keeps on blessing me, blessing me. Lord, we need you. Lord, we need you. Lord, we need you. Can't make it unless you. We need you to stop it. Come on and stop it. Do it every day, every hour. Come on and do it. Do it for us now. Somebody in a hospital, somebody down, don't feel too well, but bless us now. In the name of Jesus. Oh, please. That's what Grandmama said. Please. Oh, please. Yeah. Oh, please. Yeah. Keep on blessing. Keep on blessing me.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. Keep on blessing me, Lord, Lord, Lord. It is the Maze Jackson Show. We want to thank you, Lord, for blessing us every day. And thank you to the WBGX 1570 AM listeners. That's to all our saints out there tuned in. Now, you know, the Lord loves us. Sometimes to the saints out there listening on WBGX, I catch the Holy Ghost, and sometimes, I don't know who I catch. But know that the Lord does keep on blessing us, and we want to make sure that all of the WBGX family listeners feel welcome. We want to thank you all. I was out this weekend, Ruthie, and I had some real interesting run-ins. Man, I needed to talk to you yesterday. I needed counseling yesterday. I really did. I really did. Because I feel like sometimes you might be the only person that I know that gets how I think, right? Like, and yesterday, boy, I was going through it, and I needed some counseling. Because I needed a wartime consigliere. Because everybody always be like, "Oh, Maze."
Somebody ran up on you.
No, it was a different story. I'll tell you about it a little later.
If you go super, you should get you like 2 bodyguards.
That's the challenge, right? First of all, they be wanting to get paid. That's the first part. But I don't need bodyguards. I just feel like I need moral support.
Oh.
Like, I don't need bodyguards. I just need, sometimes when it's coming, you just need somebody to be like, hold on.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, chill out. We ain't going there. But anyway, Ruthie, what was I telling you about? I was going to tell you about something that happened. Dang, and now I done forgot. Hanging out with my cousin this morning. Dag nabbit. All right, anyway, Ruthie. A lot going on. Let me run through some of these headlines. Springfield veto session is going on today. They're riding down to Springfield. So we're going to talk about that because in veto session today, Ruthie, they are talking about parental notification on abortion. And I want to talk to you about it because I know you're always on the advocate of the children's side. I just, as a parent, I'm curious, on some of the thought process on that. Then they're also Governor Pritzker is trying to end the ability to reject the shot based on moral or religious beliefs.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he's proposing that down in Springfield this week. So that's 2 of the big things that are going on. Ruthie, so yesterday I had a great... So I didn't realize that there was a big old thing going on about the Amanda Seals wearing the Alpha Kappa Alpha letters on Insecure. And I just assumed she was an AK, right? But she wasn't. And so today we're going to talk about that. Riis looked up like, yeah. Look, so I had a joke yesterday that I thought was pretty funny, right? Here's what I wrote on Facebook. I said, wait, we mad that a black woman actress played an AKA on TV, but not that an AKA plays a black woman in real life? That being Kamala Harris.
Ooh.
And I think the only reason that any of us are laughing at this is because of Kamala, right? I feel like the AKAs are catching it because Kamala, but I want to talk about this because I think it's a lot of non-Black Greek letter organization people who are like, what you mad about? So what? I done seen people. I actually, so even though it was just a great opportunity to take a shot at Kamala, I couldn't pass it up. I thought that was one of the most clever ones I had.
I think it could go viral.
What? Get it going, Ruthie. Get it going. But anyway, I mean, because even Black Greek people was laughing at it, right? But I know, like, everybody I talked to that was Black Greek was like, I would have been salty. I'm just telling you, if I turned on the TV and it was just a random dude rocking, and so, but I feel like because of the Black Greekness of it all, and people, well, first of all, I think the only reason that anybody's laughing in the Black Greek world is because of Kamala, right? Like, because she's been an epic failure. She has. And she's really been a disappointment to Black people in general. And, it was all chucks and pearls. So we're going to talk about it because, Ruthie, if you woke up and you turned on the TV and a random actress had on your letters, I mean, I know it's the biggest. And then what ticks me off is that Issa Rae was like, when the AKA, somebody said something, Lisa Rae clapped back with the, like, basically, like, F you or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's like she, because of her celebrity, gets to pull it. But I do feel like that was disrespectful. If you understand Black Greek letter organizations.
I think it would be, now, if the character was, like, nefarious, like, not representing well, then people would have more of a problem with it, probably.
Yeah, I just feel like, so, I just think so the question is not because I got to move it from, because it's Black Greek letters, people going to be like, screw them. But does membership matter? Does membership still matter? Does membership still matter? Like, and to what? Like, I don't know that you get to take someone else's symbolism and just decide that you can.
But what if the person that wrote the character in there is a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha. Do that make it
No.
better?
I'll ask you. I would
think
feel
it
like
depends
you'll
on
get
the-
a violation if you be like, you put, hold on.
I thought it was kind of like against some type of something, but I don't know. Is this sanctioned by the national? Like,
That's my point. Well, there's a lot that goes on with that. So I feel like we have the right to own our stuff, and you can't just violate it. So we'll talk about it. I can't wait to hear Riis's point too, because Riis is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha. I'm a member of Phi Beta Sigma, and Ruthie is a member of Delta Sigma Theta. So I want to talk to everybody, because I'm just going to tell y'all, if I woke up and now all of a sudden, now everybody get to act through I'm going to tell you, even though I like Beyonce, I like Jay. If Jay just rolled up on some Phi Beta Sigma joints, I'll be on the phone. Like, I ain't even want to dap Bill Clinton. Real talk. I was like, where was you made at?
Gotta grip
not
Bill.
Bill
I
Clinton.
did not grip him.
You know Bill is Sigma.
I know. I don't know why y'all did that.
But
Wow,
you know why they did it.
The saxophone.
I was like Terrence Howard.
I like Terrence Howard.
I was like, man, where
Did
you
he know
made
it? Did he
at?
know it?
No, Riis, I be the dude that to me like, where was you made at?
Hell yeah. So that
I'm
You
that dude.
don't like honorary membership?
I'm like, where was you made? They was talking about where was you made at?
So you say no honorary membership.
Where was you made at?
I don't know.
Did you take 300? If you ain't take, you either you gotta take
some
300.
wait. So hold on, wait.
300.
So you don't think that honorary membership in Black Greek organizations is legit?
Where was you made at?
See, that ain't even right.
Ruthie, where was you made at?
That ain't even right.
Ruthie.
Let me tell you
why
why that's not right.
Why?
Because
Come on, Ruthie.
it's that. Well, I shouldn't say it's not right, because to each his own.
Thank you.
But I think that there are people that have achieved phenomenal things in life, and that they
You in the
should
300
be able,
club?
they should be able to garner membership into these organizations
They
based on their achievements
Okay.
within their life sphere.
And that's why they got the membership. And I'm just saying, you can't get no seat on the patio. That's all. It's just, hey, dog, you be at the party. Like, there's plenty of, you could dap the whole world. I'm be like, you know what you gonna remember? You ain't gonna remember everybody that ran up to you. Gonna be remember the one dude. Where was you made at again?
How you feel about, since you said Beyonce and Jay-Z, how you feel about Beyonce Homecoming, where she mimicked Black Greek culture?
I was like, just like I used to like, what's Nick Cannon movie? Drumline and all that other stuff. I like all the movies. You act
So that's
away.
fine, but don't
Act
put
away.
the letters on.
Act away. Act away. Act away. But do not. Where was you made at? That's me. Where's you made at? Let me just tell you.
So just don't wear the letters.
Where was you made at?
But what's the difference between mimicking the culture and wearing the letters? Like, is that where you drawing the line at?
I think that each one of they mimic the culture. They mimic it in high school. They mimic it on all these movies and stuff where people.
That's what I'm saying. You cool with that, but just don't cross the line of
saying that-
on the letters.
I'm saying that each letter in my organization means something.
Mm-hmm.
Each, what it took, whether it's the new process or the old process. And I'm not saying that I don't consider the people that have been made honorary not legitimate, because if our national organization sanctions it, I'm a member of that organization, so I'm with that. That don't mean that you get a seat at the you don't get to come to the old school May Brothers table. That you can come, but understand what you're walking into. Now, I believe that as it relates to we can't do this now, because we got a whole hour for this. We got a whole 30 minutes for this. But yeah, I do. So save your opinions, Ruthie, because I'm gonna tell you, where was you made at? Now for me. And I'll be like, man, and when Bill tried to hit me with the, I gave him a couple little you digs first. I was like, no. I'm sorry. If you can't get the, nah, dog. Nah.
Ruthie Bill said, "Go, mom," and he dapped him.
Hey, dog, you first round, you right.
He dapped him up right after he said that.
You
yo.
sound crazy. And that, my friends, is the difference. The same dude that I am about everything else, that's how I am about I'm all the way in. So, we'll talk about that in a minute. Yes, and then we're going to talk about Amanda Seals. I think that there are a lot of Black Greek letter people who have felt some kind of way about that, and I feel like it's the non-Black Greek letter people who are really exacerbating it.
I mean, if we want to like scratch the surface of it a little bit more for the people who, if you want to scratch the surface of it a little bit more, I think it also goes into some forms of like cultural appropriation and like can other Black people appropriate other Black people culture, and kind of knowing like who in charge of the insecure sphere, like. So I think all of that plays into this.
I felt like they.
But Maze, I will say, but in the absence of me knowing if their national organization sanctioned it, like I think that it's a moot point to me then.
Okay, if their national
because
organization
I feel like they did, because I don't think you can't just do that. Like I think I don't think you can just do that.
I think who gonna check me, boo?
That's crazy.
Let
me tell you something. Delta Sigma Theta would have had Insecure hit with us 500 cease and desist letters.
I got you.
Unless that was approved. I feel like it was approved.
And I'm saying like.
I feel like it was a nod and a wink and an approval for that, because there's no way that any member of an organization is going to do that and think that that's okay.
See, but do you see where you're at? And I'm with you. If they sanctioned it, it's all good.
That's what I'm saying.
If they didn't sanction it, it's, you know what that is to me? I liken that. If they did not sanction it, it's likened to the people that was in their room practicing the steps that they saw at the party, who be like, man, when I get old, I'm gonna be like this. Ooh, when I become a sophomore and I can pledge, I'm gonna be doing this at the party. And you know how I went, because I did it.
Listen, let me tell you why. It was sanctioned. It had to be. That did not make it all the way through production, post-production. Somebody had to go get the outfit. Like, that was sanctioned.
Okay. We're going to talk about it, Ruthie.
Let me see if I can look it up.
Look it up. See,
let me go to AKA. Let me go to AKA website.
Right. Look, hey, look at little messy Ruthie. She like, they probably did. Look, Ruthie hope they didn't.
No, I think they, let me tell you my theory. And I know we got a whole nother 30 minutes on there, but I think that they sanctioned it because, they feeling themselves because they got Kamala up in there.
Well, they should really, that's exactly why they're getting roasted. The reason that they are getting roasted is because of Kamala. Kamala took AKA to a whole nother place and a whole nother, that was what they positioned as the credibility moment for her, right? They put her Black Greekdom at the forefront of her to shield her from any of her other.
It gives her a pass into the culture.
Bam! It's the Maze Jackson Show. Telling you about that, Ruthie be knowing. I told you about that at school. I ain't gonna even talk about it because the Deltas at my school gonna be talking. The Deltas at my school used to gangbang.
Same in mine too.
Ooh, Jesus, the Deltas at U of I.
Don't say Black Greekdom and gangbang.
Okay, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say
that.
that.
I already know them people.
Okay, right.
We got
the gang.
You're the Black Boule.
Okay.
You know what
I am not a part of the Boule.
In our Greek word, you know what we meant by that.
I'm trying to get in the Boule. Anybody know how I can get in?
Ruthie.
I said they're in the Black
Look,
Boule.
We
had the Egyptian letters, not the Greek letters.
I thought Black people made everything, so we made everything. Done y'all around here acting like y'all some Black Greek letter organizations. Y'all, they're so confused.
Every time we had this conversation, it go two ways. You either got people that want to engage, or you got people that's like, oh, these Black Boules.
They are Satanists. They go to their meetings and they practice Satanism. No, we're going to talk about it, though. I'm sorry. All right, I forgot to get the headlines. All right, I did the Amanda Seals. See, we got stuck on Amanda Seals. Child shots are on schedule. It seems like the vaccine is coming out for the kids, and Governor Pritzker says we got 500,000 wait. Mayor, did you hear this? The mayor, I need the mayor's video. So somebody out there has the video of the mayor getting booed off the stage at the local 130 plumbers event.
What?
Ruthie, apparently she got up there and tried to make a speech, and they said that they booed her like to the point where she cut her speech to a minute. They were the first people to endorse her last time.
Oh,
they booed her off the stage. Now the mayor's people say it really wasn't booed off the stage. She didn't really want to say that much. No way. I need the video. Do you think the mayor? Y'all still be clapping. The white people be like, all right. Dorothy Gators steps down as the head coach, the winningest basketball coach in Illinois history. Woman, Dorothy Gators, Marshall. What's that? Marshall Commandos. They was a squad. You know, I also think about Marshall because I think of Hoop Dreams. Because isn't that where Arthur Agee winded up after the white people kicked him to the curb after they used him up? Yep. And then finally, another John Wayne Gacy murder victim. Do y'all remember John Wayne Gacy?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that like as a kid, and I just remember it was on the news, and I just remember they kept bringing bodies out of that.
How they still identifying and finding them?
Well, I feel like I think when you look back now at the evidence and stuff, they probably mixed up a whole bunch of stuff, and now you re-DNA them, and you probably finding all type of stuff going on. And they said there was more people that he got, they just didn't. You know, he went on to be like a artist in prison and sold his art for like lots of money.
Oh, wow. Who owned those pieces?
Probably someone whose basements we need to be checking now.
Man.
Because if you bought John Wayne Gacy art, like that's crazy. All right, that is the headlines for the day. Ruthie, I'm going to mix up a couple of these subjects because do you know that veto session is happening down in Springfield? Right now, legislators are piling into their cars and headed down to Springfield to jump into the what is known as the second week of the veto session. And there are three big things. One, first of all, am I hearing correctly that once again, the white guys are trying to cut the black people out of any opportunity to make money in the gaming industry? Did you see that Illinois is now on pace to make as much money in sports betting as Las Vegas?
What?
Did you see in New Jersey, sports betting just became $1 billion a month industry?
Wait. You said $1 billion per month?
$1 billion. Do you realize that right now in Illinois, you know those Lottie's pubs and all of those little VGTs and everywhere you drive in the gas stations and it say slots? Do you know they're bringing in $120 million a month, equivalent to the cannabis money, and nobody's talking about it? And right now in Springfield, legislators are talking about trying to block black people from any other gaming participation. The only access point we have. I find it unfathomable that we keep having to fight just for the right to exist as white. Do you understand they're making $120 million a month? Ruthie, that's more than cannabis.
And if the playbook is served, if it's correct, what we feel like is probably gonna happen is they're gonna let them rake all the money in on the front end, try to challenge it on the back end while they already shored up, stocked up, and ready to go.
And then what I'm hearing is they're giving John Rogers like a half a license to do it, right? So they're gonna use John Rogers as the pass-through with the Chicago Sky, where he's a 2% owner, as the minority reason that they're gonna block everybody else from getting in. See how that works? Leverage us against us. So I'm just saying this to the Black Caucus members: please, as these white folks decide that now they want to ban the sweepstakes, even as we get an opportunity to participate, and they making $120 million a month.
What they trying to say the impetus is?
They're trying to say that we need to clean up the industry, and we need to keep. Saying that they need to clean up the industry. So basically, what they're suggesting is that now that they've got their part of the industry in order, that they should whack the place where we finally find a way in. Finally. And then the white guys want to get together and pile on and try and block us from getting an access point. And then say, oh, but you got an opportunity to be an operator of our machines. Yeah, well, for $250,000, who got $250? You know anybody got $250 that they got in the bank that they could show for 2 years? That ain't really the black reality. But they'll tell us, oh, this is why we're doing it. I do not want to get legislated out of economic opportunity for the benefit of additional white folks.
See, the key word is like emerging industries. And we got to be okay with emerging industries. And even if it's some gray area, it's an emerging industry. Like if you got to plow through sometimes and yeah.
Ruthie, you need to go to Springfield with us.
When y'all going?
Tomorrow.
Oh.
Thursday. Oh. No, wait. What's today? Tuesday. Tomorrow. We going after the show and coming back. You should come. We need you. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I don't care. See you looking all funny. You know why? Don't nobody care about them white people say. You better tell them white people you was summoned downtown down to Springfield. You was going to fight for them some funding. I'll get you a legislator to call them up.
I know you will, Maze.
All right. That's the one thing that's going on. Did you see though that Illinois is making its move to be the most abortion friendly state in the country? They are now trying to ban or get rid of parental notification in the abortion space. Ruthie, I think I'm evolved on this point. But I do think that my child, I have to sign a permission slip for him to go to a field trip. I have to sign the papers for him to get insurance. I have to do all of those other things. And I do think that we're fighting a fight that doesn't need to be fought right now. Nobody is clamoring for this, but I think even as J.B. Pritzker looks to contrast himself to Texas, I don't know that this is a fight that we need to have. And I'm just curious, like, because, you know, in Springfield, the large lobbying groups have more say about black issues than black people. Ooh. So I was talking to a legislator yesterday who was asking me about parental notification and what do black people think about parental notification. Should a parent be notified if their under 18-year-old child has an abortion? Now, this really wasn't a fight. This wasn't anything that anybody asked, but never wants to let a good crisis go to waste. Apparently, Planned Parenthood is using this as a way to do the no parental consent abortions. Now, I don't know. Have you watched Dope Sick at all, Ruthie?
I feel like I've seen that.
It's Dope Sick is the new thing with Michael Keaton, and it's about the opioid crisis, and it's on Hulu. So I don't know who gave you their login.
I got that one.
Okay, so
Dope Sick.
The thing that I was realizing was that, like, all of these medical companies and people and places are still somewhat profit driven, and they're always looking to grow their market share. And what I saw in Dope Sick was that in Dope Sick, they created a problem for the solution. They had a solution that they could make profit off of, but they needed to create the problem. And so oftentimes when we hear about the lack of or no need for parental notification, is because of they always position in front of us the children that were victims of incest and rape, etc., as the reason that no parent should be notified regarding rape or incest. I mean, not regarding abortion. So when we come back, I'd just be curious to hear from you and the rest of our audience. So I'm going to open up the phone lines. Should parents have the right to be notified if their child is getting an abortion? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. It is the social media question of the day. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
WIIFTV PM.
Oh, man.
They done messed around and gave New Era Chicago their own radio show. What they do that for?
You done messed up. So what we doing, bro?
Man, we talk about power.
Did you say power?
Not rights and equality, but power. We ain't begging, we building.
In that order, Chicago, and we got dope segments. Hey, yo, sis, holla at them.
Peace and love, family. It's Sister E of New Era Chicago in the building, dropping the statistics, holistics, and of course the ballistics. Good for the mind, body, and the soul. Let's get it, family.
And this your boy D Cook coming with straight facts. If you don't know, now you know.
And this is your other sister, Omo Oya Music, coming in peace, love, and light, getting real with my people so we can quit with the bull spit.
And this brother E, and I'm gonna wrap it up with the power surge.
Listen, this going down every Wednesday night, 5 to 6 p.m. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's the Black Power Hour, New Era Chicago Radio on What's in It for the Black People Media.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
All love it.
Yeah, I love being black. Hey, do this for my people.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 7:04 a.m. and I'm your host, Riis. I'm Riis the Ruler with your weather, traffic, and sports update. Sorry about that. In sports, the Chicago Bulls beat the Toronto Raptors 111-108, and they start the season 4-0 for the first time in 25 years. Over the traffic on the Kennedy, O'Hare to the Loop, 41 minutes outbound to O'Hare is down to 19 on the Edens. Deerfield to Exchange will be 50 minutes. Exchange out to Deerfield will be 27 on the Eisenhower. Thorndale to the Loop, 51 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 37. On the Stevenson from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 52 minutes. Outbound will be 57. The Bishop Ford I-80 back to the Dan Ryan will be 40 minutes. 31 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 16 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jacksonville. Jackson back out to 55th is 7 minutes and 8 minutes north. That's Randolph to Bryn Mawr, and Bryn Mawr back to Randolph. Today's weather is currently 52 and partly cloudy. Today will be a high of 55 and a low of 46. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Lex with Interstellar here on the Maze Jackson Show.
Interstellar mode. Yeah, I finally got my mind right again. Yeah, now I know there's no time for pretend. Yeah, I come alive in the moonlight. See me shooting across the skies. Don't you know stars were born to fly? Yeah, I've been searching, crowding, looking for a way out. I've been hurting, falling, but I think I found my way now. I'm on my own, far from home, lost in space, in my zone. I found these truths, far from you, in my space, in a stellar mode. Yeah, I finally got my mind right again. Did it all in spite of the hate. Every time they said that again. Nebulas, they run through my veins. Every molecule in the strands. Senses feeling some kind of strange. Damn, I think my name's Spider-Man. Jump out the window and swing for the dreams that just might be. Never gonna let go. No, to the man in the mirror look like me. Drifting through the cosmos, oh, far away from your lies. I realign all my goals. That's a constellation of mine, yeah. I've been searching, crawling, looking for a way out. I've been hurting, falling, but I think I found my way now. I'm on my own, far from home, lost in space, in my zone. I found these truths, far from you, in my space. face in a stellar move.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
We need money and no symbolism. It's Riis and Ruthie and Todd, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect, you oppressed, it's all wrong.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, in the building, my co-host. Plus DJ Riis, the ruler, Mr. Business in the front, party in the back. So the brothers, the men and women of the Illinois General Assembly are headed back to Springfield for the second week of what is known as the veto session, Ruthie. And one of the things that I feel often happens in Springfield is that we don't have like a black lobbyist, like a black person or someone that's focused on the issues that impact black folks to weigh in. So in Springfield, like whenever there's a big vote on something, people vote, and before they cast their vote, they look at the proponents and the opponents, right? And so when the proponents come up on issues that impact the black community, it's really never black people. It's really these large interest groups. So on the issue of abortion, for instance, there's no real black voice in Springfield. It's the 800-pound gorilla is either the right-wing Christian group or Planned Parenthood. The right-wing Christian group is always looked at as the crazy Republicans, but if you saw what happened on gay marriage, the black religious community and the right-wing religious community came together because they shared the same principles, and they weighed in, but they weren't as strong as Planned Parenthood and Equality Illinois. In the case of parental notification on abortions, the largest voices, once again, will be like a Right to Life organization. I don't know what the name of it is, but it'll be looked at as those crazy evangelistic Christians versus the Planned Parenthood, who is a proponent, is a large donor, has the mind of the white women, liberals. It's like, if you're a Democrat, you're supposed to be pro-Planned Parenthood, period. So my question is, how do black people feel about parental notification? So I'm not a woman, so I can't tell you about your body. So I don't disagree with the ability for a woman's right to choose what she does. Although I would prefer that she doesn't choose that, but her right to choose. But where does the parent come into this? And I know that the reason, the leverage that they use, you know how you said the whole emerging industries, and then it changed the whole dynamic of the conversation? It's the same thing in my estimation with this parental notification, where the issue is now incest and rape, which is why that we shouldn't be telling parents what's happening with their kids. When I would suggest that perhaps the overwhelming amount of abortions in a youth underage spot maybe comes from unprotected sex and a lack of knowledge on sex education, which then creates that whole space. Should parents be notified? How do black parents feel? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Would you want to be notified if your child was having an abortion? Ruthie, you as the ultimate youth advocate, tell me what I'm thinking, why I'm crazy, because I'm just thinking like a dad.
No, I think it's a hot button issue. I think abortion is one of those things. I think what's happening in Texas is really kind of pushing this.
But are we making a problem where there isn't one here in Illinois?
I think nothing is a problem until it's a problem. And students do have rights. Young people have rights. Parents have rights. Now, I think you don't need parental consent to get an abortion. This is just about the notification. And so if the harm if it's inflicted in the household, then no, they should not be notified. Like if they are the ones committing the harm. So I think that the protection of the weak is like where the law is versus everybody else.
Why now?
Probably because of what's happening in Texas. There's like in Mississippi, and that is likely going to happen across the nation. Like there is
in blue states.
I mean, it sounds nice to codify it as blue, but there's a push against abortion nationally. And so I think Illinois is trying to, be like, hey, we progressive, like we ain't like the other states.
So are they doing it for political stuntery?
I think all of this is political stuntery. What? Are you serious right now, Mace? Because if you even think, look what's on the books in Texas. That's political stuntery. It's stupid.
So where do black parents fall in this? Do you think black parents would want to know or be notified? Because
I think any parent probably would want to know, Mace.
So so when a Black Caucus member takes a vote on this and votes and says, I don't think parents should be notified, are they representing the voice of the black constituents that they represent? I don't
think this is a race thing.
I don't think it's, but yeah, I do think it's. Let me say why I think it's a race thing. I think it's a race thing because we don't have anyone weighing in on the black side in Springfield.
Who would? Who would?
Well, I don't know, Ruthie.
That's what I'm saying. Like
but I'm saying, like,
we don't have nobody.
So, but that's my point. Like, my point is, it was just like, if you were to ask black people in general, is there a poll that was issued? Would more black people fall on the side of, yes, parents should be notified, or no, they should? Now, let me back up.
Knowing black people, they're going to want to be notified.
Okay. So, if you know, and just knowing black people and they want to be notified.
They're going to want to be notified.
And you represent black people, but you vote in the interest of they don't want to be notified, because you're more fearful of Planned Parenthood and the retaliation or what they will do to you as compared to voting the interest of your constituents. And that's where I believe it gets into the race thing. Because when I look at Planned Parenthood, I got to ask, without tripping out, without setting off a flame, are they practicing an advanced form of eugenics? Right? Like, so when you think about Margaret Sangster, and now they try and downplay it and push it all to the side, but again, I am curious to know, do we believe that Planned Parenthood represents the values of black folks?
See, this is where... No, I'm just saying, like, this is where being a black woman comes into play, because any assault against women's rights, because this is to me, this goes into women's rights. Even if these are young women, this is still a form of women's rights. So anytime I see that, being eroded away, like, as a woman, I'm gonna be like, might need to do something about that.
But as a parent, right? As a woman,
but think about the legislators. Like you said, like this is ain't this is a hot button. Which side of the fence are you on?
But this is a force. This is my point. This is a force by the governor to force people to.
Ain't they up for re-election?
Yes.
So you better choose your side carefully. It's like you got to choose.
So, and that's my point. And who are you choosing? Are you choosing? If you just told me that most black people would be for notification, and the people that are going to vote for you,
culturally and politically, we ain't aligned. Maze, stop playing.
So. Who are the Black Caucus? Who is giving the Black Caucus their voice on this issue? Because here's what I'm saying. I've heard legislators that are being told that they got to vote for this. As Democrats, they got to vote for it, right? Now, you're telling me, which I believe, that most black folks ain't with it. And so if you know most black folks ain't with it and there ain't nobody in Springfield speaking for black folks, right? There is the black lobby. Right, that says, all right, before y'all go, so all of our issues are really guided by white people with lobbyists who weigh in, and we just kind of go for the ride. And the challenge that I'm asking, and this is why I'm asking you to call, do you believe more black people are for parental notification or against it? And should our legislators vote in for our what they think is best for us or what we want? Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Riis, parental notification. You're a dad. Do you want to know if your child has an abortion? And I don't want to put you on. Let me back up. Because I don't even want that question posed to me. All things considered, do you think parents should be notified? Don't call the dad. I'd say call your mama. Call the moms at least. Like, you could put it in, like, let the mom know. But talk to me, Riis. What's your thought? Because you kind of more progressive than I am on these kind of issues. And y'all be one to hurt, two to kill. So I be like, talk to me, Riis.
I do understand, being on both sides, that I do understand why you don't want nobody to know, because your parents might blow up and all that. But I think now as a parent, especially of a daughter, I think only because of medical reasons I would want to know, like, just to make sure that they did everything, like I won't want it to like come and backfire on me, like I didn't know, and then they rushing me like, you didn't know yet your daughter was this, and this. So that's the only reason. But I can understand like the privacy,
So I feel like this is kind of that whole thing of Ruthie said kids have rights. I think
they do, like on a federal level, on a state level, on a district level.
This is okay. I think there's a limit to their rights, and there's a limit to the privacy that they should have.
See, I feel like y'all sometimes be forgetting that y'all consider yourselves to be decent parents. Probably damn good parents. There's a lot of parents out here that ain't doing right by their kids.
I guess y'all.
You can't forget about them. So what type of help and protections do they need?
I think if they've gotten to the point in their home where they need to have an abortion because of someone in the home, that ain't a Planned Parenthood.
Could have been someone affiliated with the home.
I'm saying. So where does it stop?
What do you mean?
So you keep on. So you go back. You show up. You ain't got a baby, and he plow right back into you. I see. I feel like you create a never-ending cycle.
Intervention. Intervention
does that intervention happen at Planned Parenthood?
I would hope so.
Because do they ask them?
I would hope so. I'm unsure.
Okay.
I'm unsure, but I do know that there are young people that do need that level of protection.
Okay. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Should parents be notified if their child is having an abortion?
So you get 48 hours, and then what's going to happen within that 48 hours after you get notified? What you going to do? You going to try to convince your baby not to do it? You going to support your baby? You going to kick your baby out? Like, what's going to happen within 48 hours?
Well, my child, I'm going to provide my child the support. And whatever it is, if I would say that I would hope that my child would recognize that they have, and I would clearly in that 48 hours be like, you ain't by yourself. Like, regardless of whatever the circumstances are, we here for you. You got a family. And, yeah, I just feel like we have erred to the point where we are now, we build our law for the worst, not the best outcome sometimes.
They're to protect the unfortunate and weak.
Okay. I don't know that. I do think that any child that is having a baby under the age of 18, should they then be intervened with?
They probably gonna need some support.
No, I'm saying, shouldn't they be? If you got a baby under the age of 18, should you now then at that point be intervened? Where does the intervention happen?
Yes, that actually would be great.
Okay, so I think that's where you start. I don't think you start at the abortion clinic. I think any kid that is pregnant at the age of anything under the age 18, I think that requires some. I just don't know that the answer is. If you're telling me that the answer to this is to helping those children that need to be protected starts at the abortion clinic, then I want to know what's the steps.
Only for some. There are some young people that get pregnant and their parents are involved in it.
Devin says, why wouldn't the police be notified? I'm in occurrence with that. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. Let's go to the live line. Carly on the Maze Jackson Show. Your legislature is going to the governor's going to put a vote in front of them today or this week to say that parents should no longer be notified in the case of an abortion. What's your thoughts?
Good morning. Hey, Miss Ruthie.
Good morning.
First of all, the question is parental notification. If it's a child, there's a reason they don't want them drinking till they're 18. They don't want them voting till they're 18. They're still developing mentally. Okay? So if it's a child, yeah, you need to be notified because now we get ready to bring another child into the house with the child supposed to be taking care of it. And that don't work all the time either.
I got you. I mean, I think that's a good point. I think
the funny thing is,
we treat kids sometimes like adults.
Huh?
I said it seems like we treat kids like adults. Now, if you are one of the children that is coming there and you are having an abortion because of incest and rape, you clearly are being treated like an adult by an adult. I don't, and I guess my question would be, because I don't, and I'm only speaking from the experience of the people that I've known that have had abortions. In my only limited experience, and I don't want to negate anybody, it usually was based on inconvenience more so than it was based on abuse. And yeah, most of the time that I've talked about it in choice, and I would question what percentage of abortions are based on abuse and what of them are, because every time I hear somebody, you're going to ruin your life, you're going to not have it's going to be the long way around. So I'm curious to know, and maybe we can look that, I'm going to try and check that stat in a minute.
Well, you know what? The funny thing is, a child doesn't even know what it takes to have their own place, their own house and stuff like that. You know, so the decision to have a child shouldn't be left up to a child.
So should the parents decide? Should the parents have a decision if a child keeps a child?
You know what, man? It'd be different if we told them to go out there and get that thing up and get them, you know. But that's not what we tell them. We tell them to stay in school, try to get you an education. That's what we're trying to stress. And then all of that's put on the back burner because now you got a child.
Okay.
All right. I know I'm speaking. You know, the funny thing about it, abortion should be, something the women should be able to have until it affects you or I. You know what I'm saying? When it's my baby, no, you ain't supposed to have no abortion.
Okay. All right. Thanks. Thank you. Next caller. It's the maze. I appreciate it. I just think I'm trying to fit this. It says 18 million women have experienced rape in their lifetime. More like 26. By former intimate partner, likely to report. Ruthie, you do this better than me.
I don't even know what you're doing.
I'm trying to find out what percentage of abortions are accounted to for rape and incest. Underage.
In Illinois?
Yeah, or wherever, even nationally. Like, would it be a CDC report? I guess my question is, we're erring towards and so I guess I'm minimizing it in some cases, because really what I was thinking of when I think of abortion is not those in rape and incest, and I feel like could there be an exception for that? Like if the child says that this child is, and maybe they don't want to say it, and I understand all the embarrassment and all of those different things. But when I think of abortion underage, my thought was, should a parent if it's not rape or incest, right? And I don't know how you determine that.
That's the challenge.
Okay. But let's just suggest that it's underage children having unprotected sex without rape or incest involved.
Okay.
Should parents be notified that their child is having an abortion? And let's just pretend we could discern that. And I guess that's where I feel like the issue is. I'm speaking now from my own perspective, that if my daughter was at the abortion clinic and I got a phone call, my first instinct is not going. I would tell you before I was a parent, I would be like, I'm about to go up there, I'm about to go crazy. I think my instinct now would be like, damn, baby, why we haven't talked about it? What do you need? What's going on? I would probably do the wraparound, and I would leave the final decision to the women. Like, I'd be like, talk to your mama, talk to Carrie, y'all talk and do whatever. Please keep my grandchild, but if y'all don't, whatever y'all need me to do, I'm going to do. That's how I feel, right? Please, but whatever you do, I'm here for you. Your family is here for you. And I just think that it negates the opportunity, because when you're a kid, like, I think of how much stuff I hid from my parents because I was scared I was going to get in trouble or whatever. Whether it was a car crash and I was scared. And it seemed like all of the times when I was the most fearful or did the worst things was the times when they were the most supportive, right? When I thought like, oh my God, they're going to kill me, they're never going to, would be the times when they would show out as to why I was loved or why I felt that way. And I feel like having been in some peculiar experiences where I said how I would act if it was me somewhere else, and then being put in some of those scenarios, I realized that you love your child unconditionally. And you just want the best for them and to make their life the best. And so I don't know that children always recognize that at a young age.
Not at all.
And so by not even giving the parent the opportunity to be that, by not giving a parent the opportunity to when you are a teenager, you in your own mind, like, man, the work, you trying to figure out your whole life, what's going on, etc. And I do feel like it's kind of crazy not to even give me the chance.
Well, the chance is there when your baby come say to you, I'm pregnant.
But how many times your baby?
So hold on. So if you and your baby ain't got that relationship, then then what's supposed to happen? Because that should be the first step, right? Like you said, I want my child to be able to come to me.
I don't.
When they in trouble, when they in a situation, I want them to be able to come to me.
I think that I never went to my parents when I was in trouble. It was somebody else telling them on me because I thought I was going to be extra in trouble. And it was those times when the problem was way bigger than I thought I had it under control. And it was way bigger than me. and somebody else was like, yo, it's going to the left over here with your boy. You may not recognize this because I'm hiding it. And I think that a lot of kids hide stuff. Like, it's part of growing up to me. But the fact that's to me why you have adults. And I guess then I'm grateful for my upbringing. I'm grateful for my upbringing. I'm grateful for my understanding of what parenting was or meant. I probably sat in jail way longer than I needed to sit in jail for fear of telling my parents. But it got so big that at a certain point, my parents was like, yo, you this is beyond you. I know you think in your 18-year-old mind that you got this, but my friend, this could be the end of your future forever. This ain't about whether we love you, whether you getting in trouble. It's about how do we protect your future, right? And that to me is the job of the parent. The parent is not to make you feel good in the moment of now. The goal of the parent is to get you out the door so that you can be successful in your endeavors and be a responsible adult. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Yeah, 872-259-7474. We're going to take a quick break, get some news, traffic, and weather, and then we'll come back to this topic. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
What's up, everybody? It's the green side of things. It's your man, Sadiq.
And Cassiopeia.
And we need you to like,
comment,
and share. We need you to do it right now and join us at our new day and time, Wednesdays
from 1 to 3 p.m.
on What's in It for the Black People Media.
Introducing your trusted source for high-quality Black emojis, better known as Blackmoji. We believe Black is beautiful, and that beauty should be reflected in the digital market. Now there is an app that does just that, starting with Black Greek letter organizations. Blackmoji D9 offers more than an emoji app. It is a cultural experience of Black excellence. Download the app in the Apple or Google Play Store to access a specially curated catalog of emojis representing the Divine Nine. Use the emojis to celebrate Black Greek events, acknowledge current events, support social causes, and learn about esteemed Black Greek members who blaze the trail of Black history. A portion of every subscription goes toward a scholarship fund specifically for members of Black Greek letter organizations to help keep the legacy alive. Download the Blackmoji app today.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media Radio? This is Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, the Chicago Bulls will beat the Toronto Raptors 111-108 as DeMar DeRozan beats his team and scores 26 points, 11 in the fourth quarter. And the Chicago Bulls will start their season out 4-0 for the first time in 25 years. Over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is 1 hour. Outbound to O'Hare is 27 minutes. On the Eden Deerfield to Exchange is 1 hour and 7 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield will be 36 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop, 1 hour and 9 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, 37 minutes. On the Stevenson, 57 in both directions. That's from I-355 to the Dan Ryan, and right back outbound. There's the Bishop Ford from I-80 to the Dan Ryan is 46 minutes, 29 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 20 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 14 minutes. Jackson back out to 55th is still 7. While on the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr is 8 minutes, and Bryn Mawr back out to Randolph is 9. Today's weather, it is currently 52 degrees and mostly cloudy. Today will be a high of 55 with a low of 46. I'm Riis the Ruler. Now here's Sparkle with Ease here on The Maze Jackson Show.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. Apply to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I'd be frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something like it was nothing. Ooh, some magic, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time. I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me. Know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you would not know I'd be frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide and make them something, something like it was nothing. Ooh, some magic, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. Easy to you make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy to love.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I'm about to fight Ruthie. Lord have mercy, Jesus.
You know it's true.
No, I don't. I don't. Ruthie, you be making me just be like, God, where is the world in this world?
Sometimes I don't even know, man.
Jesus Christ.
I just know it's always different sides to every story. And they say the truth is somewhere in the middle.
Okay, well, your middle. But Ruthie, you be dragging the middle all the way to the right.
I just be trying to give you perspective.
That's too much. Ruthie.
This is such a troubling topic because it involves, things that are just hot button issues. The young people and abortion.
Young people out here just doing the butt naked. The butt naked. Remember when you used to be like, we gonna do the butt naked?
Never heard of that. Never heard of that.
Say that, Maze. Never.
Y'all never heard the butt naked booty?
Yes,
No.
but when we heard it, we knew that was something that probably our parents said. So we
it's like doing the butt.
Right.
That was a jam. Y'all remember that?
Yes, we do remember that, and we also knew that our parents remember that. So that's why we didn't remember it too
I
much.
appreciate you all right now. I don't think that I'm. So let's go to the phone lines. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Should parents be notified if their children are having an abortion?
Good morning.
Good morning, caller.
Hi, this is Helene from New York.
Hey, Helene, all the way from New York. What's up, sis? How you doing? New York City.
Good. We're just fighting the rain, that northeasterner. But I'm in the office, and while I was in the office, I was listening. I was walking because I work for a large health institution, and I work in a department where we deal with a lot of kids at risk, all children up to 21. So in regards to what Ruthie says, I understand your perspective. The other perspective is that the reason why that procedure, because I worked in other departments that perform those type of procedures, is that normally if a guardian or a family member is not present with the minor, that usually a friend's there because they won't even do the procedure unless for some reason it came through the ER and they were bleeding or something of that nature. Because it's a medical procedure, and that's the only reason why I lean towards a trusted person that's not their peer, but somebody, because God forbid, because it's a surgical procedure, something happens. And there has been where individuals, and it's legally that they have died. So that's just a concern. But I do understand what Ruthie's saying because they're children. They do have a privacy. And they're so confused at that time. And yes, it may be something due to, I mean, we have children that have been trafficked. They've been in prostitution. Their families have been leading that. There's a lot of things that have gone on, all different ethnic groups, mostly Black and Hispanic. So I'm just saying that it's unfortunate that a government body has to decide on this when it should really be that not even cultural. I'm taking that out the equation, is that this is when parents, guardians, and that's a whole different subject. I understand you, Maze, because I'm around your age, and I do have a child that, well, she's not a child, she's an adult child now, out of college and grad school. But I do want to tell you a little scenario that happened with one of my friends, that her daughter, age 19, freshman in college, she was still under the insurance. And this happened where the adult child did something. Absolutely. And her parents they found out on explanation of benefits, billing. So we got to keep that in mind, that there's some rights. Now, granted, shocked, you can't, it's a delicate situation because we don't know how it happened, what's happening, but you would hope that at some point that parents do have to understand that when they're having children, and it doesn't matter if your mother's 13 or up, hopefully that this child, male or female, because if the male's involved with, with their girlfriend or something, you don't know how he feels about this, that it's an emotional roller coaster. So that's just something that parents or guardians really have to understand. Put yourself in their shoes and everything that's going on, that you could be 20 now or you can be 50 and think back when. And I understand what you're saying, Maze. A lot of things were in touch with my parents. Because of the fact I felt there was embarrassment, they put me on such a high scale that for me to disappoint them, that's what it was, where you're hiding things, and things of that nature. So that's just something I just say on the medical, surgical, because it's a procedure. And that's the only reason why I say somebody, if they don't want the parent or the guardian, it has to be someone that this patient, child trusts, because God forbid something happens and nobody wants to hear that. And then the state has to come in and social services and why something didn't happen and documentation signed. That you definitely just can't go in there and say, I want to do something. Papers are signed, and sometimes they do ask for someone that's 18 years or older that's there on their behalf, but they're not going to do anything.
Got it.
That's
dope. Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you. And thanks for calling all the way from New York. We appreciate you. That was very good perspective, and I appreciate it. Any more callers on there, Riis? That's it. So y'all done talking about it. I know y'all. I just think.
What you think?
I think, Ruthie, you like such a pessimist.
No, I'm an optimist. I'm an optimistic pessimist.
Let's take this call. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. Caller? I hear you going. Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Yes, my name is Jay.
Hey, Jay, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing? I didn't know I was going to get through that quickly. I just wanted to add to the conversation. Maybe I didn't catch everything. If we know that a person's brain isn't fully developed until they're like 25 or 26 or something like that, 27, why is it even a question whether or not a child parent should be involved in any conversation regarding them, whether it's a pregnancy or work or school? It shouldn't even be a question. I don't even understand why that would be an issue, and I'm guessing I'm missing things because this seems so simple to me, And I just want to say congratulations to Ruthie.
What for?
What you know that I don't know?
What you know?
What you know that I don't know?
What? I thought
she thought you was pregnant. He thought you was having a baby. Oh, Ruthie, you didn't give us no notification.
Let me get consent.
We got the call. I'll send me a phone call. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
That's funny.
That was very funny. All right, y'all. It is the Maze Jackson Show. Real quick.
Don't be laughing in there, Riis.
Right. Rogers, where you at, dog? I'm like, I had to watch that, Rogers. I don't know, guys. No, I feel like
you're not gonna know. Like we live in different times, Maze.
I don't. Here's me. I don't think that there is anybody that I know that necessarily told their parents they had an abortion. I think a lot of people snuck and had them.
Exactly.
And they figured it out.
Exactly. So what's the problem?
Why are we making it a law?
If you know they already figuring it out.
So then let them figure it out. Let's not make it a law. I don't think that I just feel like utilizing abortion as an issue is sort of disingenuous, and it's kind of ticking me off that these are like the liberal stunts that are used that force us into these conversations. We know most black folks are for parental notification, regardless.
Of course.
And understanding that, it's crazy to me that the black caucus is put in a position where they can't vote the interests of their people.
But again,
they know it's better.
Culture wars.
All right, culture wars it is. I'm going to chalk it up.
Ooh, you done dropped your paper. You look like Tony Preckwinkle in City So Real.
Woo! Come on, Ruthie. I'm trying to be cool with people. I'm tired. Ruthie, did I tell you about what happened to me I got to tell you about what happened to me this weekend, man. I'll be tired. All right, I want to talk about this one. Did you see the CPS CEO, Pedro Martinez, got a 5-year, $340,000 a year contract? Let me say that again. Pedro Martinez, the new CEO of CPS, got a contract for 5 years for $340K. Let me back up though, Ruthie, because they also put a 10% annual contribution to his retirement. That's tax-free, which means that he ultimately makes $374,000 a year.
Okay.
Ruthie, that equals $31,666 a month. So imagine his paycheck comes in every 2 weeks at about $15,000. Every 2 weeks, $15,000 paycheck. Janice Jackson, former CEO, began her job at $260,000 a year. And in her last year, got a raise to $300,000 a year.
That some people was tripping about.
So she started out $10,000 less than the white guy in the beginning. I mean, the Latino guy.
Sounds about right for a woman. Women are paid less than men.
Then the interim CEO, Jose Torres, was paid $27,000 a month. $27,000 a month as the interim. You went to women. I went to black. I was thinking about black people in the market, and do we ever get fair market value? I was so often we are happy. The choice for black people when you get the top job is be grateful that you got the top job, but you don't get everything with it. Right? Like, so Janice Jackson got to achieve her dream of being the CEO of CPS, but she had to do it for less money than everybody in the country. The black person often gets it, not often. When the black person gets the spot, we often have to make the choice between whether we're going to take the job Like, you don't get the job and the money and the perks. You get the job and should be happy with the job, but not the perks. I was just thinking about, it's Ruthie, and I find myself in a position where, because I've been forced to take less to do more, I oftentimes find myself putting other black people in that compromised position. So I think a lot of times when you look at the job and you look at the title and you look at the spot, you know what's supposed to come with it. Right? You know that if said person is the CEO of blah, 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 they're supposed to make this much, they should have this much, it should be blah, 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 blah. And so oftentimes it's funny because it sets this level of expectation that's very difficult to meet. I'll give you an example. When we got the contract for outreach for the Dan Ryan reconstruction project, if you were a white person and you got that contract, it was the biggest blessing in the world to you. Right? They didn't ask you about your billing. They didn't ask you, you sent in your bill, you got a check for $150,000 a month, and nobody sweated your bills. For us, we had a $4 million contract and we couldn't bill $1 million. Because everything that we did, it was questioned, it was checked, it was double checked. And you couldn't possibly do this. And what it did was it created tension between me and my employees. Because my employees would say, dang, dog, you got $4 million on the contract. But the white folks would be like, oh, we can stop you from getting to that number. And I was wondering, when do we ever get our fair market value? And it creates a trickle-down effect. The choice for black people is and it's a weird space to be, because sometimes white people will offer you more money than you've ever seen, but it's still not enough to do what they want you to do. But because it's more than you've ever seen, you take it, but it drives you in a hole. I was talking to a friend of mine the other day. And a friend of mine loves to brag, and not brag, but loves to point out that I drive a Porsche, right? And amongst black people, it sometimes becomes a point of contention. Like, driving a Porsche, right? And people be like, man, he should be, you driving a Porsche. You should be happy you driving a Porsche. But I see the people that fly planes. But the expectation is that, brother, you driving a Porsche. You should be happy. Don't get me wrong, I am. But when I know that there's more, but I am limited by people's belief that black folks should be equal or should get the same as white folks, even if we could do the same. I was in another not a precarious position. There is an expectation that black folks, and it's always been put on me, that black folks should work for free to prove their worthiness.
Ooh, that part.
And white folks,
you gotta put skin in the game. It's the difference between sweat equity and slave labor.
Well, here's the two things, though, Ruthie. And I think that it's trickle down.
Let me tell you how much so it's trickle down from my vantage point.
Go ahead.
So I've always tried to put forth a concerted effort to work for and with black people. And it has been the best experience of my life, but also the worst experience of my life. Because that trickle down is so real that oftentimes I feel like the ones above, like because y'all be operating like at subsistence, then the trickle down has like real world consequences, because
it does,
like to the point that like people can't even like eat or like pay their bills. It'll be different if you clocking $1 million and I'm only getting 100,000. We could talk about that. But if you only clocking 100 and I'm only getting 30 cents, like we can't. It's not sustainable.
And what winds up happening, and the challenge is that we don't see ourselves as deserving more. Right? Like I was thinking about, sometimes I have real challenges in business.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've tried to build from a family perspective. And I think part of the reason that I've always tried to build from a family perspective is because we know that we don't ever get enough money to do it where I could just bow. I think maybe for the first time recently, have we been in a position where we actually built profit into the business? That's why I'm always so adamant upon you. White folks believe that your time should be your profit for black folks. So what they do is they say, we're going to give you $100,000 for this project, but they don't figure you to have profit. They figure you to have the job.
Get the flat rate.
Right. But again, you don't really get to, this is how it works for white folks. This is how it works for black folks. You get the job, you can pay yourself $150 an hour, but at the end of the contract, you're not going to have anything left over. When you're white, you pay yourself $200 an hour, and then you still have profit built into the back. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I think we may have already missed him, but thank you to everybody from WBGX 1570 AM. Please come on back and check us out on the Maze Jackson Show on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. Ruthie, I want to know, when do black people ever get fair market value?
Some of that depends on what you deem your worth to be.
I don't know that. It's funny because you just deem your worth, but deeming your worth compared to your value that white folks have, or knowing that there's somebody else that's going to take it. Look, it's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back after this break.
WIIFTBPM.
Broken screen? Crash system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop, located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
And now, traffic and weather.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 8:02 a.m. and I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. In sports, once again, the Chicago Bulls will beat the Toronto Raptors 111-108 and start the season off 4-0 for the first time in 25 years. Let's go Bulls. Over the traffic on the Kennedy O'Hare to the Loop is an hour and 2 minutes. Outbound to O'Hare is just 27 minutes. On the Edens, Deerfield to Exchange is an hour and 10 minutes. Exchange back out to Deerfield will be 43 minutes. On the Eisenhower, Thorndale to the Loop is an hour and 3 minutes. Back out to Thorndale, just 44 minutes. While on the Stevenson, from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be an hour and 4 minutes. Outbound will be just an hour. On the Bishop Ford from I-80 to Dan Ryan is 43 minutes, 31 minutes back out to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 24 minutes to the Loop, 15 minutes back out to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson is 14 minutes, while Jackson back to 55th will only be 7. On the north side of things, Randolph to Bryn Mawr 8, Bryn Mawr back out to Randolph 13 minutes. Today's weather, it is currently 52 and mostly cloudy. Today will be a high of 55 with a low of 46. I'm Reese the Ruler. Here's Loch Ness with Terrorism here on The Maze Jackson Show.
Strategy to fight domestic terrorism. Following a 100-day review, federal officials are now laying out a new plan hoping to deter, detect, and prosecute domestic terror.
They went to the Capitol waving their flags and looking for smoke. He was out there looking for justice. They was over there looking for votes. Ashley Babbitt was with him and told all the people that nothing could stop us. She climbed through the Capitol window, breached security, and caught a shot, bro. The media say she a veteran. They paint the picture to make her look greater. But she disrespected the same country that she served. That makes her a traitor. They was fighting police, resisting arrest. On God, I couldn't believe it. I guess blue lives only tend to really matter when it's convenient. Hey, these are the times we witness in history, all because they did get a victory. United States is so contradictory. We get equal rights, that's a mystery. Politicians, they more like magicians. You know they got tricks up their sleeve. We point out the flaws that's up in this country. You know they gon' tell us to leave. Somebody try to help me understand it. Always seems like a double standard. They be out here leaving us empty-handed to certain rights we are not granted. The media is the culprit when it comes to the comparison. Cause when it comes to race, they always changing up the narrative. It's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. And that's on the real. You know and we know, I say it's terrorism. They say you a patriot, call you a hero. I call it terrorism. We still out here trying to get our reparations, but the government pump faking out here hesitating. I'm out here trying to keep my peace, so I keep meditating. The media make us look bad, they taint our reputation. Look, it's so sad that COVID causing toe tags. You claim you so patriotic, but you ain't wearing no mask. You out here wildin' with your MAGA flags and showing your ass. You wanna be part of some type of revolution so bad. Look, you talk revolution and constitutional rights, homie. I guess we forgot about back in the days when all of the business was whites only. Yeah. George Floyd got justice. Juneteenth got much respect. They made it a national holiday. Man, it's all good, but cut the check. They're giving out all of these vaccines, putting it in you like caffeine. Was it all in the part of the plan? I bet money like DraftKings. It's land of the free, home of the brave. 1776, we wasn't free till 1865, so we wasn't part of that shit. And that there is terrorism.
Terrorism.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Todd Stoger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods.
neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blago. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let this give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.
Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis in the building, and my co-host, Ruthie Moore, in the building. Ruthie, I don't know if you see. Can you see on the screen?
Yeah.
You see on the screen, it's the telethon. We got the What's in It for the Black People telethon. It's not BBC this time. I changed it up.
Live BBB.
It's live broadcast brunch and band.
Why you always got to go with the alliterations?
Ruthie, because I like Jesse Jackson. He'd be like, live broadcast brunch and band. It just rolls off your tongue. Live broadcast brunch and band. Friday, November 19th from 6 a.m. to noon. Now, you guys may be asking, what is this about? We are going to be broadcasting live from our favorite location. I'm telling you, we're going to have brunch. I just reached out to Dawn. We're going to have a band in the building. And she ain't going to be here. So at least this time.
They ain't coming to 9, you know.
She not going to be there, though. She not going to be there. So it's 9 to 12. We're going to have the band rocking the whole time. We're going to have breakfast. But we are Ruthie. The goal is to raise $20,000 because we are doing an outdoor campaign, billboards throughout the city of Chicago. And so people have telling me, Maze, you got to reach out. So we are going to set a goal of $20,000, and we are going to broadcast live for 6 hours. Ruthie, could you take off on the 19th, please?
I'm going to look in my calendar. It say people can buy tickets. People can come?
Yeah, they can. It's going to be live. Now, we're going to step it up. If you came to the last live broadcast, we going up. We going a different level. We going a different level. We going to have a dance floor. They say y'all can smoke outside. I'm gonna see if we can get the local weed man to bring the slushy machine for the morning. Like it's a 12 o'clock. It's the
ooh. Can we have mimosas?
Slushy mimosas with the infused. Ooh. You ain't ready, Ruthie. You didn't come to the last broadcast.
But I'm ready. I'm ready.
Look, we're gonna be in, and it's gonna be like it's a telethon. So we're gonna try and raise $20,000 because I want every elected. We didn't care about you going to see Snoop that night. We talking about in the morning. What did you talk about, Dr. Audrey? See? Black people, I'm telling you, I'm going to see Snoop that night. You need to tell Snoop to come his ass to the joint. He need to come broadcast live with us. You know, he should come. Y'all should invite Snoop to the TP anyway. Maze Jackson Show. So, Ruthie, you kicking it? You going to come to the live broadcast?
I put my request in.
Huh?
It's a telethon. I thought we was going to be, you ain't got to stay up or nothing.
Nah, we're going to have a phone number. You're going to call. You're going to be like, hi, this is such and such, and I'm donating $10,000. I'm going to be like, Riis on his way over there to get it.
I know right that's now. Right. Here, we coming to pick it up.
We coming to pick it up. And we want the seniors to come. Y'all can bring y'all checks. We're going to have Cash App. We're going to have all of the stuff. We're going to even make one of them squares where you go, beep, and you can just send your money to the joint. Yep, it's a live broadcast, 6 hours. Ruthie, can we raise 20? You think we can raise 20 grand in 6 hours?
Yes. I think we can. Especially the week of, people going to be donating already.
Oh, yep. And we got a fundraiser for What's in It for the Black People Political Action Committee that Tuesday. Then the following week is Thanksgiving. So we gonna be, and now y'all
can you fry us a turkey?
I can. You know what? We should get y'all want to call heroes? We should. Oh, remember? Do you remember? Was you there for that? You wasn't there for that. Was you there for that? Ruthie?
Food was. Thank you, Tennille. And Mace.
No, y'all
it was
know we
packaged.
had the,
Listen, it was packaged so nicely. I just had to read
you
it.
did that was the peaches one.
Listen, which one you talking about?
I'm talking about the Hurls, salt, pepper, mild.
I missed that one. I missed that one. I remember. I missed that one.
We had Harold's salt, pepper, flour, and turkey. They dropped that bad boy in the grease. They brought it with salt, pepper, and mild sauce. It was off the chain.
Hey, I heard through the supply chain grapevine that turkeys might be a little in short supply this Thanksgiving.
So what y'all gonna have then?
You better go get. Oh, I love a good Cornish hen. You better get you a turkey now.
Where you gonna put that damn turkey?
You ain't got no deep freezer.
I got deep. Ruthie, that was the countryest. That was the countryest. You had no deep freezer. That was country. That was straight from the broke.
You ain't got no deep freezer.
No
exactly
deep freeze.
What you gotta have in your house.
You got one of those too?
Come on, yes.
What?
A deep freezer.
A deep freezer.
I want the old school deep freeze that you can find in fall in. You see, now they got the ones that the little box, right? Like the one you ever seen the one that got more ice than meat in it,
and you gotta
chip it all off and undo it.
Man, I listen. Never mind.
So the telethon, Friday, November 19th from 6 a.m. to noon.
BBB
live. You just want to say now. Can you tell me what big booty broad is? That what it mean?
Big back booty. I don't know. Big black booty.
I'm gonna put that on. Should I Google that on? Should I Google that and see what comes up?
Don't Google that unless you in private browsing.
What's private browsing?
Oh my goodness. My goodness.
So I be learning stuff. Y'all be tripping. It's the Maze Jackson Show. So please make sure you get your that you come out to the telethon. You know what else I think I want to do? I want to do a turkey ham giveaway or something. We should make it good. Oh, speaking of that, what we doing for Halloween? Who we gonna be? Remember last year we rocked. We was the best for Halloween. Ruthie had on her afro. I think that's the first time I ever seen you in a skirt.
Really?
Yeah,
a dress? No, it's not.
A dress. It was a skirt. When you ever had on a dress?
I wore one to the little political thing we had.
What political thing?
Remember what during the election night?
You had on a dress?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
See, I have to see.
We're gonna have to put anyway, y'all, we gotta figure out what we go. A chitlin loaf, we ain't taking none of that. Y'all, and I want the front row crew to bring the liquor again. Don't
tell them that.
Ruthie, they was trying to get me drunk the whole broadcast.
Oh.
6 a.m.
Right, they was 6 a.m. with a bottle. By 6:45, they was at half.
I think as long as you mix it with something that's breakfast.
They was straight.
No change.
They was straight.
That next, it was
straight. They was straight. They was like, it's maple though. I was like,
see, breakfasty. As long as it got a breakfast component,
so
you good to go.
We should make boozy brunch. You want to have a boozy brunch?
You know, I prefer infused, but I'll go with it.
I'm thinking we could infuse it too. Infuse pancake and infuse the syrup. Right? Infuse syrup.
The butter.
Yep.
Tell them, Gino, no pork on
the
my
butter.
fork.
Is that Gino?
No pork on my fork.
What up, Mr. Chicago? Ginoski in the building in the morning show commenting. I be seeing you lurking, dog. I be seeing you, though. It's all good. Gino! One half of the bigs.
What's the Benoski?
What else? What's the Benoski?
What's the Benoski?
Right, I told you. Gino is a West Side, South Side hybrid. I feel like, honestly, Gino, to me, really has a West Side mentality, living on the South Side. I just don't feel no hate in Gino's heart ever. Like I feel like Gino be like, man, Joe, right? He like, right? Gino be like, man, Joe, shout out to my man Gino and the Bigs. And I do not appreciate, Gino, your smiles during the White Sox playoff loss. I appreciate T-Time's. He was like, T-Time tight. That wasn't funny, man. It wasn't funny. It wasn't funny, dog. Did you see T-Time came on? Like, he took him about 3 days. Then he came up. Nah, if anybody got something to say about the White Sox, I'm taking all comers. Brandon tried to jump in there. Brandon tried to hit them with the big brother. Terrence was not having none of it. T-Time was salty. He was salty. Yeah, he was salty. All right, y'all. It's the Maze Jackson show. Did I ask y'all about the religious freedom? What do y'all think about the governor suggesting that did you know there's a bill in Springfield also this week to end religious freedom and moral to take away your what? Let me back up. You know you can reject the shot on your religious or moral beliefs. This week, Governor Pritzker is in Springfield hoping to pass a law that says that they can remove that and mandate that you have the shot. Now, I don't know how I feel about them taking out your freedom of religious choice over this shot or your moral choice. Now, if they give you a testing option and you choose to be inconvenienced by all of that, I think you should have that option. But I don't know that I'm for... Think about the gravity of Democrats canceling your right to religious or moral belief. Like, can I tell you, Ruthie, why are you making fun of me?
No. I was, after the Catholic Church was like, no, we ain't about to give y'all no exemptions. I knew that it was out the window. I just felt like if the Catholic Church won't give, what they call them, parishioners, whatever, something like that. If they like, nah, y'all can't get no exemptions. Like y'all not about to use this to finesse.
Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. Like if they won't even let the Catholics use it to finesse, it's over for anybody else.
So the challenge I have here, Ruthie, and it's weird because I find myself, so can I, 100%, I'm clearly, completely vaccinated, but I am very concerned about the slippery slope and the cancellation. Like, I feel like kind of I feel the same way that they feel about abortions in Texas is what's happening here with this shot. Where it's being used politically to separate people and to shame and castigate them. I really feel like I don't know that I'm okay with Governor Pritzker, whose values I'm not sure I share, having him decide that my religious viewpoints don't count on this issue. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know that Governor Pritzker and I share the same morals. I know we don't share the same religion. And I don't know that I am comfortable with his value set superseding mine. Does that make sense? Like, because the moment that we allow his value set to supersede my own personal or religious value superset, what is off limits? And so sometimes I don't want to find myself in the same bucket with Ruthie's boy, who led the revolt yesterday down at City Hall. Y'all see that? That was crazy. They was up there threatening people and stuff. Like, I was like, man.
All 30 of you.
Yes. I just need the police haven't ever been very politically organized. So it's like nobody's really scared because I ain't never seen police knocking on no doors or nothing like that. Right? They can organize their union. They can't organize no communities. They can spend some money and write bad commercials about you, but I don't think anybody fears them as a political force. But Ruthie, I gotta ask you, what you think about Governor Pritzker? And from what I'm hearing from leadership, this thing is gonna go. Like the hype of the shot. Like again, black folks, y'all good with Governor Pritzker saying that you no longer have a moral or religious exemption option? When did that? So, was it atheist? Is that atheism?
I don't know. It's all very contradictory in a sense.
What you mean contradictory, Ruthie?
I mean, if we like the super abortion state,
see,
Like, and if it's my body, my choice, then you know what I'm saying. Should not be okay. So I do agree with what. No, I just I got serious.
How you did that, but my body, my choice, except for
okay. So I agree with what you said related to that. If people don't want to be vaccinated, then go through the extra step of getting your weekly or whenever testing. Like, I'm completely fine with having a testing option. If you want to go get tested, now the question is who should be paying? Who should pay for the test? Should you get time off of work to go get tested, et cetera, et cetera? I think that once we give up certain freedoms,
it's gone.
You can't get them back. And I think the Patriot Act, I don't want to talk too much. I don't want to get us banned and censored. But I think if the Patriot Act has shown us anything, like when we give up certain freedoms in the name of science and national security and public health, like, we ain't never getting them back.
We ain't gonna never get through the plane without TSA, not dog. I'm just saying, Ruthie. So here's me.
It would be different if being vaccinated meant that it eradicates COVID. That would be different. Like, okay, if you take the shot, then you're not gonna get COVID. You can't give it to nobody. Then they'll be like, well, you need to take the shot so you won't give it to nobody.
What if what if they want you to get a tattoo? Like, what if it's a medical tattoo that we can put in?
Or some type of
chip.
I'm with you, Maze. I'm with you. It's certain freedoms. You just once you give them up, it's hard to get them back.
I just don't know that I trust these people who found us least offensive to tell. And I'm 100% vaccinated. Might even go get a booster. Since they said you can mix it.
You can mix your boosters together now.
Right. I'm going to get me a cocktail.
Come on now.
Twist them up.
Can I get a booster shake?
Which kind you want? I would like, can you put that in my cup?
Goodness gracious.
So, Ruthie, just seems to me that I just don't know that I just want to know who they're legislating for. Are they legislating what they believe is best for us? Are they representing, or are they telling us what they're doing what's best for us? It's the Maze Jackson Show. All right, Ruthie, Riis, both of y'all got to get in this conversation. Amanda, what's her name again?
Seals.
Amanda Seals. Amanda Seals was on Insecure this week, and they went to the Stanford. They were at their 10-year Stanford reunion. Funny that they went to a PWI, predominantly white institution, as black as they are. But I'm going to tell you, I think the PWIs make people extra black because you be out there like, Jesus, these white people is something else. So anyway, this week on Insecure, Issa Rae, Yvonne Orji, neither, Ruthie, of our descent, just so we're clear, blown up. Larry Wilborn, right? Ain't that the dude who found her? Not of us. Trevor Noah, not of us. Anyway, all the biggest black stars right now, not of us. But Ruthie, in this video, in this episode, Amanda Seals wore a Alpha Kappa Alpha. The letters, if for those of you who don't know who it is, it's the pink and green, historically black sorority. And a non-Alpha Kappa Alpha member wore their letters. There was a social media outrage, or let me not say social media outrage. It's been a topic of social media debate because one of the members of Alpha Kappa Alpha, realizing that Amanda Seals was not a member, said that it was disrespectful for her to be wearing the letters. To which Issa Rae promptly replied something to the effect of F you, screw you, whatever. Something really quippy, but it was really, and I must tell you that I did a joke on it yesterday, which said, let me read it back because I thought I was pretty clever myself. I said yesterday, wait, we mad at a black woman actress that played an AKA on TV, but not mad at an AKA that plays a black woman in real life. And that was in reference to Kamala Harris, who, quite frankly, I got to tell you that Kamala Harris is part of this debate, right? You better not be playing the Alpha song, dog. If you playing the Alpha song, you got a problem.
Riis, you so funny.
But as part of the so the debate raged: should Amanda Seales, as an actress, have been able to wear the letters of a Black Greek letter sorority, not being a member? I think this is a great conversation to have, because all of us here are members of Black Greek letter organizations. Now, notwithstanding the fact that everybody in the Black world has an issue with, in this pro-Black world tends to have an issue with Black Greek letter organizations, although most of our movement has come from members who have been members of Black Greek letter organizations. Mm-hmm. So, Ruthie, do you think that Amanda Seales, first as a member of a Black Greek letter organization, was wrong for wearing the letters of a historically Black Greek letter organization? And I'm going to ask you why or why not.
I think no. As a character in a show, if you are not a member, then maybe stick to the colors and not the actual letters. I think people will be okay if it was just, okay, wear the pink and green, maybe some ivies, I don't know, whatever else they got. But the letter... Okay,
you see that Delta shade? See the Delta shade?
But I think wearing the letters, like, that's taking it too far.
Okay. I'm going to say that she was wearing pink and green throughout the show. Mm-hmm. And so it was, for me, the assumption was that she was an AK, and then there was a point in which she wore the letters. And I was like, I mean, if it weren't for Kamala Harris being and I really feel like part of this backlash, the reason why people don't care is because Kamala Harris has failed AKA in my estimation, right? They still running around talking about, that's our girl. Everybody else is like, your girl is trash. But I do think that it was wrong for her to wear those letters. And Black people, like Issa Rae, Yvonne Orji, obviously they knew about Black Greek life and how serious people took those letters, or else they wouldn't have inserted it in the show. Mm-hmm. Right? And so for me, I felt, when I found out that Amanda Seales wasn't an AK, I did take offense. And I feel like if I saw somebody in a movie or anything wearing my letters, I would have a problem with that if they weren't an actual member of my organization. And I don't care how big the series is. I told y'all, I didn't dap Bill Clinton. People like, Bill Clinton here, frat. I was like, man. Now, I must admit, I am on the extreme side. And shout out to the men on the dark side, because, you know, we like the most extreme. But I just felt it was wrong, and I felt it was disrespectful, and they knew it. So, no, I mean, I'm saying, like...
And they knew it!
Now, if you feel like, Ruthie, they got the permission, I still think that AKA would have been kind of bogus.
I feel like there's no way that was not sanctioned by somebody in the higher-ups. And let me just go a step further to say that if you are a producer on that show and that was your wardrobe choice, you need to probably pick up some of your documents and look through your policies and procedures or your code of conduct, because I'm pretty sure it might say something in there about that.
Exactly. It's like you can, but is there a value to? See, I feel like the thing that I think is happening here, and I partook in it, is because it's easy. Because I feel like the reason that we really tripping, or reason that the rest of the people are tripping that are not, because I was looking at other posts that was like, y'all just insecure, like people who are not members of Black Greek letter organizations. I think Maya Seales was like, I checked with some AKs and y'all just insecure. But I do think that there is something to our letters, and I feel like it's if the members don't feel like you should be rocking it, it's disrespectful, regardless of the respect or lack thereof that you have. Riis, you know you're going to be famous one day, dog. I got a feeling. Like I heard that too. Yeah. But Riis, I can't ask Todd because he don't even know it's cross state. I'm gonna ask you, Riis. You crossed the Burning Sands, right? Do y'all have Burning Sands? Or y'all just warm? There's somebody's trying to sneak in my frat, and it ain't gonna be no like that.
That's how I feel. Like, you know, you just, and that's in our stuff. Like, you know it that you're not supposed to wear. No, like nobody letters if you're not that, you know. But yeah, but that low keys happens every day. I'm sure that somebody.
Are you okay with colors? People doing the colors and emulating your fraternity, like in acting.
That's cool. I guess, you know what I'm saying, like the perception, you know, I guess like you said, it's not the full thing. Like, you know, like that's what like most movies do when you really look at it and they do Greek, like they try to imitate it, you know, the colors or something like, you know, like to that extreme. So I believe that you should just, if you was gonna do it, the colors would have kind of gave the same.
That's what
she did though. Like if you watched it,
should have just kept it there.
Yeah, but to put the letters on there though,
and I feel like when you put the letters on, it's like you really was trying to be in the organization, right?
It's method acting.
So this is me, right? Do y'all remember when? Do y'all remember A Different World when it first came on, and they used to have all the fake fraternities and sororities on, and they would be like, they would wear the colors, and they would have, but they would be like, they would mix up all the stuff.
Yeah.
But the show became, remember when Debbie Allen came on and she said one of the things that she did was to create the authenticity, was to bring in real Black Greek letter organizations, right? And it created a level. And for those of you that would quickly minimize Black Greek letter organizations because of the conspiracy theories, I will one more time say that most of the major change that has come from Black people has originated from someone in a Black Greek letter organization through college, etc. And I would also say that I felt like it was a wannabe moment, right? Which is, I can get it. I can pull it. What's the matter?
Oh, I was just looking at a comment. Salim said, are religious movies blasphemous for depicting, you know, like religious stuff?
No, they ain't wearing, they are acting. You can be the person. I don't think that, and I think it's all good till you show up to the party. Let's put it that way. Show up to the party and be, okay, badass. All I'm suggesting in this whole space is that
I really think it's just a response that Issa Rae had. It's the smug response.
Because and she had the ability to use her celebrity. Is her celebrity bigger than AKA in the grand scheme of things?
See, it's a culture thing.
Talk to me. I know what you about to say. Go
That's
ahead.
why I ain't gonna even say it.
Say it, Ruthie.
It's a culture thing.
Say it, Ruthie.
It's a culture thing.
What you trying to say?
Like,
don't be trying to talk between the codes.
No, because we had
don't be
already
trying to people color. Nope.
We had already talked about how like a lot of the entertainment and culture, the Black culture that's put in our face is not done by us. Like we are not the purveyors of a lot of it. And I think that, you know, we are literally like, we are experiencing cultural wars, like in a lot of sense. And I think if Black people, if we ain't got nothing else, like you got to hold on to something. You got to fight for something.
Yeah, I feel like
can we have some type of tradition?
That's my point.
That you can't water down, or that you can't capitalize off of, or that you can't minimize. Like, Issa Rae, like, stop playing.
I felt like, so check this out. You know, I'm still salty with the AKs for Kamala. But I really did feel like when Issa Rae responded like that, I really wanted to be like, you better get your butt on your boat.
It's a lack of...
They have no respect. They don't respect. Like, that's cool what y'all do over there, and we love it, and we want to go ahead and do it, but we're not going to respect what came with it, how it was originated. And I feel like it's easy for a celebrity to devalue. I just feel like there's a long-standing tradition that comes with all of our Black Greek letter organizations. And quite frankly, there is nothing that Issa Rae has done that can compare to the work of those women over the course of years.
And it's about ancestry and ancestral lineage.
Ruthie's trying to tell y'all.
No, I ain't trying to say nothing. I'm just saying, like, she ain't got this.
She doesn't have an ancestral connection to our history, to our struggle, right? When you understand the origin of Black Greek letter organizations and why they were formed and why they were founded, and you can easily dismiss it because, broad, all you know about is the pink and green because you was in your mirror somewhere when you was writing your story. Talk about one day I'm going to be a pretty girl, and they told you no. That's really what happened. And so then you got in your feelings when somebody reminded you, hey, this means something to me.
Mm-hmm.
This means more to me than the TV. It means more to me than you stepping
your
around than your storyline, and you treat it with respect. And when somebody checked you on it, before you be like, F you, whatever your little thing is, remember them founders from, I know Ruthie and don't listen to the Deltas because, you know, they'll be talking smack.
Man.
However, that's one of those moments where we all come together and be like, and the problem is, you know, Issa Rae on TV, so people be wanting to be famous.
I think that's why I think it's more about just Alpha Kappa Alpha. It's kind of like ascending into a global spotlight from Kamala. Like, they had a good run during the presidential election, and I think they still trying to, you know.
They don't understand that Kamala is like now, we at the end of this, we being like, how do we get her?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all brought her here. Because Kamala right now, I ain't hear nobody talking about Haiti.
Oh, my goodness. We need to put that on the paper for tomorrow. It's going down.
You don't come tomorrow.
On Thursday, it's going down. I've been keeping up with what's going on in Haiti. Now I see why they were trying to come over here.
What's going on?
I'll tell you about it.
Tell me about it, Ruthie. The Mace Jackson Show. All right. Does being
okay, I'll tell you real quick. You know how you always be talking about The Handmaid's Tale and so, like, there's just, you know, all the kidnappings and stuff, like, it's really impacting women and children. So there's a lot of, like, sexual assaults and things happening in the absence of the protection of men who are running rampant. And guess who suffer? The women and the children.
What I tell you.
You ain't gotta do all that. But you do talk about the collapsing social order and how women will be left unprotected. You do. That's why I just wanted to acknowledge that, to affirm your point, man.
Say it. Say I'm the man.
You all right.
Say I'm the man.
You are a man.
Say I'm the man.
The black man.
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen. You the man.
Thank you.
Duh man. Y'all heard that? Duh.
Let's see. Black man can't never get his market value. Can never get my damn market value. I can tell y'all the truth for 20 years. Y'all be like, the white dude. I understand you told me this 20 years ago.
Obama said.
Right.
Black death is a hustle.
Right.
Wait, May said that.
No. They done rebranded.
Wealth is legislated. Wait, did May say that?
See, Ruthie, this is why.
What's in it for the people of color? Wait a minute. I think May said that.
I be loving. I love the adaptations of Maze. Like when people don't want to give me credit, but they got to say what they got to say. So they like. I just need to say this, right?
Oh, okay.
You know that before it was a Maze said, it wasn't a lot of saids going on around here, right? I'm just saying.
So funny.
I'm just saying. It's like Ruthie this weekend. I had a rough time this week. I do feel like sometimes like you serve as an affirmation that I'm not crazy. Right? I feel like sometimes there are very, very, very few people that understand like me. Like understand my motivation, understand why I do and really what my goal is, etc. And you was talking about like the bodyguards and all that stuff, and it's weird because I've been going out watching things in our community.
Mm-hmm.
And there is truly a lack of structure. There is a lack of order. There is a lack of fear of consequences or accountability. And I'll be honest with you, I've been very reluctant. Like, I feel like, you know how you see stuff that needs to happen?
Mm-hmm.
But I often, and I feel like I know how it needs to happen, but I've often been hesitant to push that because, you know, the second you try and put some order on stuff, then people be like, who does Mick think he is?
Mm.
But I was watching a few things, and I think it was solidified for me yesterday that we have disconnected silos saying small voices, small things everywhere,
mm-hmm.
never achieving one unified voice. And I was curious as to how do we organize it? You know, we got What's in it for the Black People Political Action Committee. We got What's in it for the Black People Media.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be honest with you, even with What's in it for the Black People Political Action Committee, I've been loath to really start to do the things that I believe are necessary because I feel like it requires a level of discipline that I don't know exists. I don't know how to get to my level of understanding / loyalty to get to where we need to go.
You mean how to get people there?
Yeah. Right? Like, people ask me all the time, Maze, can you, will you, please? And there's something in me that always be like...
People don't start asking me to ask you for stuff.
But I was just thinking about being in a room this weekend where for all of the stuff that we do,
mm-hmm.
to be made to feel invisible or crazy for our desire. And I was thinking about what it would look like if we all showed up.
Mm-hmm.
Unified. Like if there wasn't, it wasn't just happy-go-lucky. And it wasn't just like it's all good. Like if we started to occupy those spaces
mm-hmm.
collectively, where it's not easy to ignore one person, right? Where I was just thinking about in the last 2 weeks, I've been in the space of who are supposed to be the most powerful black people
mm-hmm.
in the state. And in that space, there was not one time where I felt like there was a sense of urgency for black folks. Like, not once.
Mm-hmm.
And I go to these events and I find myself pissed off, angry, and then in some cases, as in this case this week, hurt.
Oh.
Like, honestly, like, yo. And I've been vacillating between, do I keep pushing? And if I'm going to keep pushing, do I keep pushing the way that I'm pushing?
Mm.
I don't know that everybody wants to make the sacrifices necessary to build a political operation. And not even just a political operation, because I was looking around yesterday and it's like it's a lot of people
mm-hmm.
that need a place and a place to direct their energy. But I don't know if people will actually listen to me.
Mm.
Right? Like, I've told you for years and years how it's going to play out,
mm-hmm.
what's going to happen, the moves that they making as they making them. And it's crazy to me to be watching the moves and telling you, and then it happens. And here we sit. So, I don't know if it's church on Sunday and Ruthie, you run the deacon board. I don't know if it's we start poli-sci 101 real life classes.
That part.
But I feel like we got to start building an army. Like a army.
Mm-hmm.
Like there is no fear of blackness right now. There and I
unless it's collective.
Well, no, but there's no fear. Because there is no collective. There you go. So there is no fear of black. We sat right here last week. You weren't here, but Joe Ferguson said, I asked him, was black people being underserved politically? He said yes. He didn't even pause. And then I said, what is the biggest challenge? And he was like, you all do not unify and organize around your power. And so, Ruthie, I was thinking about making a special kind of group. Like a special kind of group that learns how to be at war politically. Infantrymen, social media people, practitioners of the dark arts. Right? Because it's funny because we don't see it as real or serious, even as it's been practiced on us to hold us back. And so my question becomes, do you think we could get people who want to take it a little bit more serious? That understand that our path to success,
that we at war,
is a threat. Is to be a threat. It's no longer to be how we can help. There has to be a level of fear. I was thinking about being in a room where everybody acts like it's all cool and there is no even incentive for people to do better by us. Like you think about right now, Ruthie, I'm going to tell you this. And I was thinking about the fact that down in Springfield, you got companies that are making hundreds of millions of dollars a month. With a plan to exclude us from any access to it. People will vote on it and we'll die. And there is nobody to say what's in it for the black people. Like, who does our legislature call when there is nobody that weighs in on a subject, but they know it's going to impact black folks? Like, who is our lobbyist in Springfield that is just weighing in on black? We don't even think about the gravity of right now. 100 million people making $100 million a month are plotting to cut people who are making $10,000 a month out. Under the guise of being legal. Think about how many times we got cut out of all of the things that we invented. We got cut out of the lottery. They called it, they call it, we got cut out of the numbers. They turned the numbers to policy to the lottery. And then made you illegal. Think about they made cannabis. We were selling cannabis. We go to jail. Now it's legal and white boys got it. So video gaming was illegal till white boys got a hold of it. Now the only piece that black people got, now they want to make that illegal because they want to legislate their wealth. And there is nobody that black people or white people fear politically. Nobody. Who do black people fear politically? Black elected officials, who do they fear? Ruthie, you wasn't here when the preacher came. Did you hear about the preacher?
I watched it. I'm glad I wasn't here.
Ruthie, there is no fear of offense or hurting black people. White people can give you an argument as to why you should hurt black people, and there's nobody black to push back. And honestly, I'm tired of biting my tongue. I'm tired of going into rooms where people try to hurt me in business, and all I try to do is help black folks. And I've heard the craziest reasons why we can't support black people. It's like you would think that for all of the advocacy that we do for black folks, even the politicians when they get in trouble, who be the first person to be like, we ain't piling on when they in trouble? Who be the first person to be like, when I walk in the room, here come troublemaker? Same people.
This is a simple question.
Uh-oh.
No. Just curious. In an ideal world, what would you like to happen?
What I would like to happen is I would like to have a presence in Springfield and in city council and in county government that for black people, right? Like the black lobby, literally. Like on every moral issue, and to be paid for it, and to build a firm around issues on black people. That's ideally what I'd like to happen. And then I'd like to be able to have our group weigh in and say, how are we getting money on this?
You got the knowledge.
Right, but what I found out was having the knowledge is why I'm not allowed to, and I guess, see, and my thing is allowed. I've been waiting for this magic moment where somebody is finally going to be like, okay, you're right. And even when people tell me I'm right, you know what they do, Ruthie? They tell me it like I'm the side chick. They whisper, man, you're right. Man, this happened, help me. And then get in the room and be like, who? That's that crazy Maze.
You know, I think when you sometimes, that's tough. That's tough because you don't operate in that way in the sense of, like, you always say, like, I'm not going to forget my friends. And when you're the person that has the knowledge as well as the fortitude, because that's the thing. You can have the knowledge, but they know that can't nobody outwork you. And so I think it's more of a fear of, like, let's not give Maze too much because we know he going to outwork us.
But the challenge is like, I don't have a problem working, and you can do your part and let me do my part.
There you go. If people just stayed in their lanes.
But people are comfortable. I'm telling you, I don't think that we even... the only thing I want for black folks is for them to be like, we the same. Like, and when I say we the same, we deserve equal. We deserve to get our piece.
It's just like all the people that watch this show every morning to get the game, to get the knowledge. But when y'all see this man out,
black folk, I don't see less for black people.
Subscription model.
I don't see less for black people. I don't, though, Ruthie. Think about it, though. That's my point. Like, I don't see less for black people. It's not good for me to see white boys in the room rich if I ain't got my own guys as rich as them, if not richer. Like, because the white boys will always make the person that make them rich feel comfortable. They'll have you feeling like you the best thing since sliced bread. Because I do have a Porsche, but I want a plane. And I feel like sometimes I'm wrong for wanting a plane. But I don't want the plane for
levels.
Me. But Ruthie, I don't want the plane just so I can fly myself. I want the plane so we don't have to be at the party by ourselves. I need for y'all to understand that it's bigger than a Porsche. I need for y'all to understand that the higher we go, the less you got to ask them. But I'm going to tell you, black folks would much rather ask a white guy than a black person. Because if you have to ask the black person, then maybe you feel like, because you know black people get less, then that makes you feel like you getting less.
Ooh.
See, you don't want to ask the black person because you know the black person can't do as much as the white person because you inherently believe that the black person should be happy with less.
It's a cycle.
And it's like I just don't want to accept that. Like
do we have to?
I'm starting to feel like yes. I'm starting to feel like our understanding of market. I mean, how does it? Well, let me back up, Ruthie, because I will tell you, in Springfield when they did those maps, I wish you was here yesterday. We'll talk about that one a different time. But I do feel like, again, in this, we're still talking about social services, while the white boys. Ruthie, can you imagine what the mail must be like when you get $120 million in the month? The month. And you know you got another 120 coming the next month. And you got time to be worried about the black folks finally crawling their way back into the business?
Come on.
And you gonna take black folks out with the assistance of black folks?
That's how they always do it.
Help me understand where our space is. It's the Maze Jackson Show, man. I don't want less for y'all. I don't. I want everybody to be kicking it. I want everybody to go to the party. I'm not cool with me being at the party and being up here by myself. Like, that's the part. So many people are cool just being at the party by themselves. They take the pictures. It's us 6 Negroes over here. Mm-hmm. The poorest niggas in the room. But we ain't them poor niggas.
That part right there. At least I ain't them.
Yeah, but it's like, forget that. Because because the white people be looking around like, I don't even know how you'd exist. I don't even know man, I had a crazy, you know what? I done seen some crazy stuff. And it's almost like, Ruthie, I have to catch myself not doing black people the way that I've been done by black people.
Ooh,
in the effort of what I thought. Shout out to President Kerry K. Steele, too. Lord have mercy, yesterday we saw Kiana. Kiana was like, hold on. Ain't gonna be nam.
Don't start won't be no.
The president was like, if anybody eating, we all eat.
Pull up a chair.
She was not playing yesterday. Hey, y'all. It's the telethon. What's in it for the black people telethon? November 19th. That's Friday from 6 a.m. to noon. We're raising $20,000 to put up billboards. What's in it for the black people? Billboards throughout the city. We do not want to be ignored this election season. J.B. Pritzker think, he ain't got no competition. Black folks, let's show them what we can do collectively. Hey, this is the Maze Jackson Show. Ruthie over here all shiny. She got her baseline. Oh, what's that? Avocados. You got kumquats on your face.
I like avocados.
You like avocados. I didn't. I did stop. Shout out to my man DJ Riis to rule it. I'm happy for him. He getting a haircut today.
I thought she was getting braids.
Oh, God. You gonna braid your tail. You gonna be like BMF then. You gonna have you a blonde window. Also, DJ Riis, are we still doing this Zoom thing? Okay, so we'll be hanging out a minute. Ruthie, we gotta have a phone call because I gotta make sure you're my new consigliere. Wartime consigliere. All right, y'all.
Let me just say, I got my first call with somebody asking me to do something for them, like high level. You know, the first thing I thought of, I gotta talk to Maze about this.
Ooh, see, that's not how. You see, Ruthie, that's how we.
I know where the source come from. I ain't gonna never deny you, my brother.
See, that's why. Ruthie Moore. It's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Ruthie Moore, DJ Riis the Ruler, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? If you don't like it, you can still tell them. Maze said we out of here. Peace.
Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happening in town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gon' sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA get spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steel on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm the seal carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this is a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked us so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks.